Dadgummit.
We are here again with a new guest to the Alec and Brandon Dadgummit podcast. Welcome, Alex.
Alex. Woo! I actually edited in applause that time.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll know it when I see it. Hear it.
You will.
Believe it.
Believe it when you see it.
All right, so we have some
Or hear it.
topics to cover today. It has been requested that we go through and find.
Hang on.
What?
Why don't we introduce Alex?
We did. I said, welcome aboard, Alex.
Well, what about her? Where's
Alex.
she from? What's she do?
The viewers are very interested to know all about
What's she
you.
like to do in her pastime?
Make
It's not
sure
very interesting.
that you keep it real interesting.
Keep it.
I need
No,
you to
no. Keep
capture
it real.
their attention. Tell them about your trials and tribulations of your past and present
Where are you from?
and future.
South Florida.
South
Springs.
Florida.
Incredible. We have a resident Florida woman.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds like a news line. Looking at this, and I don't like that.
Has there ever been a headline about you?
No.
Florida woman?
Mm-mm.
Give it time. You're young.
You'll
I'm
get
not
there.
going back there.
That's what Floridians aspire to be.
The
Ah,
Floridians. The Floridanese.
Do that every episode.
They're always capturing headlines.
Yeah, you know you've reached it when you have your own Florida man headline.
Oh.
Or Florida woman.
Is that or woman, equal rights, equal fights. Equal as for equal rights.
Okay. Oh. Well,
This is your few minutes of fame, Holmes.
I
Let's
don't-
go.
there's not much else I do.
Yeah,
Really?
it can be-
Like,
South
I went-
Florida? That's all the viewers get?
Yeah. South Florida, went through school.
What kind of school?
Normal school.
Oh,
Normal
gosh.
public
I
school.
went to I'm not rich. I don't go to private
Yeah,
school.
we're not
Product of
rich like
Florida's
you.
Public education. I went through all years of public
Hey, it
school.
wasn't number 50.
Who? Number 50 what?
The states for education.
Neither is North Carolina.
Yeah, so it's not horrible.
North
It's not
Carolina's
great.
pretty low.
47. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
47?
47?
It's either 47.
No, that's
I
not
think
a real thing.
I think it's 42.
There's no way.
the bottom 10.
I mean, I could pull it up.
It might. No, I think it's 42 in teacher pay. I don't think we're 42 in actual
Mm.
education.
Well, we'll find out.
I can say my ABCs. That's really all you need.
Of course, yeah. Good to go.
Can you say your ABCs?
Yes,
In your times tables?
yes.
Say
I was very good at those little
say them.
charts in like first grade where they give you like 60 seconds to do the little times table.
I remember those. I would always beat it with 20 seconds to spare.
Damn. Look at you.
Personal best. I also, I remember I think it was also third grade. We had this was like one of my most proud achievements in my life. We were doing a word search in class, and the first person to finish got a sticker, and it was a smelling sticker. And I was like, I need that daggum sticker so badly. And so we were doing word searches, which is a huge hobby of mine at the time. And I finished with like, the second place kid came like 5 minutes later, 7 minutes later. Oh, blew it out of the park. Eye of the Tiger playing the entire time.
Word searchers are very
When I
calming.
got done, everybody
yeah.
clapped.
I doubt that.
Standing
The teacher
ovation.
especially.
Wow.
She patted me on the back, gave me a sticker.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, you know what?
Did you get an
were-
award?
You were the best. I got the sticker. You were the best child I have ever seen.
No, did you get an award presented by the principal?
No, that's
Alec,
stupid.
you are the
You
best
are-
student
you are
this
the
school
best
has.
Ever.
That was the fastest anyone's ever done
anyone.
this.
I have several records from that school. Several.
You
None
think
of
they're still
records?
there?
None of them are athletic related.
Oh, okay.
Not a single one.
North Carolina rankings per usnews.com, which, ranks pretty
Number
much everything in the world.
17.
They're number 17.
That's
You
incredible.
freaking
That's
liar.
weirdly high.
I am a genius of my public education. Let's look up
I
Florida.
don't know about you.
Let's look up Florida.
Let's not.
Let's look up Florida and Pennsylvania, shall we?
Let's. How about we
Let's do it.
don't and say we did?
Number 18.
Probably lower than that. Oh, your fucking
It'd be so funny
smelling
if it was 16.
stickers. Have you ever guys had those smelling pencils?
Pencils?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
like
yeah.
all the rage
Like
in my
those-
elementary school.
Did the pencil smell, or did the thing that the pencil left on the paper smell?
The pencil, because like it came in a little case that you would keep it in.
I didn't.
Florida
Seriously,
is number 1.
Damn.
You should be the smartest person in the room right
I'm
now.
going to go shoot myself.
Oh, okay.
Pennsylvania.
Number
There's no way
1?
you both are beating me. Pennsylvania. Come on, please. Please don't lose to Pennsylvania. Please don't lose to Amish country.
You're done for, buddy.
No, don't lose to the Dutch. Oh, gosh. Oh, we passed me. Oh, golly. California is that
Gosh,
low?
darn it.
You guys suck. Hawaii is that low?
Although, are we looking at higher education or pre-K to 12?
Pre-K to 12.
That's all the years. All the years that matter. Tennessee, Texas is the number 36.
Number 36, baby.
Woo!
Woo!
Imagine being 3 times worse than North Carolina, but 36 times worse than Florida.
That sucks.
How does that make
That says
you
number 19 in
feel?
pre-K to 12 and then 50 in higher education. It's kind of sad.
Yeah,
That's
what is-
awesome.
what's Florida?
Number 1, we looked at that.
It's number 1 in higher education, but pre-K
What does that even mean?
Through
What
12.
is higher education?
I would assume colleges.
is number
9 through
14.
12? Is that college?
Yeah.
What?
Like
That-
University of
Yeah, it's
Florida,
college.
Is that
Florida
after
State
seventh
University,
College, any graduate degrees.
University
How
of
is
Miami.
Florida number 1? They don't have Princeton, Harvard, that other place.
That is
Yale?
true.
They got none. They don't. I can't name a single Ivy League school from Florida.
You are number 9, North Carolina.
Heck yeah, that's
Number
all I
9
care
in
about.
higher education.
That's all I need.
Number 18 in pre-K to 12.
I went to public university in North Carolina and I loved it. It's a great time.
Really?
Beautiful, beautiful place. One of the most beautiful, probably the most beautiful state I've ever been to. Of the, I don't know, 10 or so,
Kansas.
10 or so states.
Pennsylvania is number 50 in higher education. That doesn't make sense.
You are so dumb.
We have Duquesne. We have Pitt.
What the heck is Duquesne? What is Pitt?
What is Duquesne? What is Pitt?
I don't know these places. I went
We
to
have
school in
Penn
North Carolina.
State. We have Pennsylvania University.
Pennsylvania University. Did you know about this?
That education is really
Carnegie Mellon. What is going on?
What is Carnegie Mellon?
How does Florida beat us?
Why are you naming
How are we
schools
number
after
50?
fruits? What?
There are states out there that don't have anything.
Yeah, what about like North
And they're-
Dakota?
they're
Why are
beating
we
you.
number 50?
They're like, you know what? At least it's not Pennsylvania
Actually,
education.
look up North Dakota. What the fuck do they have?
The street of hard knocks in Oregon.
North Dakota's beating us. Number 16 for higher education.
makes
Number
no
36
sense.
for pre-K to 12.
Good for
What's
them.
Pennsylvania for pre-K? We're number 19 for
Guys are
pre-K to 12.
Oh,
You guys suck.
not bad.
You guys are like a garbage.
That's
state.
that's over average.
All
Because
you know how to do
average
is
is
make-
halfway.
Is it ice cream? Is that what you people are known for?
Ice
and
cream.
coal? Ice cream and coal?
What? Because of Hershey's? Hershey's makes more than ice cream.
Oh, chocolate and coal. Who makes ice cream? Is that Vermont? Vermont's the dairy capital?
Vermont has a lot of
Vermont?
cheese.
Vermont. Yeah, Vermont. That's where Ben and
Blue
Jerry's
cheddar.
is based.
Sharp cheddar.
Did I say Ben and Jerry's? Did I say Ben and Cherries?
I don't know.
I don't know what you said.
I'm
I stopped listening a while ago.
Ben and Jerry's is definitely based in Vermont. They're like Vermont's finest dairy. I think is like their slogan or one of their slogans on their pints. And trust me, I get that pint a lot.
I would assume the best one would be
Not
in
a sponsor.
Wisconsin because of the cheese, but whatever.
What's your favorite Ben and Jerry's?
Flavor?
Yeah.
Too many to name. Shoot. Not a sponsor. As a child, my absolute favorite was the Caramel Sutra because I loved that thick ribbon of caramel running right down the middle of the pint or half pint or however many it is. Now that I've gotten older, I really appreciate half baked and s'mores a lot because I love cookie dough, especially raw. Well, that's what makes it dough. You don't
Why'd you say it like that?
because it's raw cookie dough.
What's raw?
The cookie dough. I think times I have to repeat myself.
What's the cookie dough?
Raw
Okay.
chocolate chip.
I
Is that
would
your
have
question?
a cookie
No.
dough. Saying that cookie dough is raw
You're coming to
is
a conclusion.
you're saying the same thing twice.
There you
Cookie dough.
Now you understand.
Dough is raw.
It's like
Yeah, exactly.
ATM machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Raw cookie dough.
Okay.
Love it.
The Ben and
Alrighty.
Jerry's story began in 1978 when school friends Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield opened their first scoop shop in renovated Vermont gas station.
How do you renovate a gas station? They keep the milk in the pumps underground.
It could be.
They get their
You have
their-
nothing else to do with them
their
if you're not using them
monthly
for
delivery-
gas.
Their monthly delivery of creamery just gets pumped into a refrigerated gas unit under the store. Pumping
Ugh,
it into blenders.
Ugh.
that's stupid.
I didn't make that noise.
That's like that's the splurt sound.
I don't like that.
Why is it splurting?
It's a gas pump. What do you imagine it to be smooth? It's not gasoline. It's
Smoother.
Pumping. It's pumping.
The ice cream
Thick.
comes out of the nozzle.
Yeah.
You
thick
just go up to the
curdled
gas
milk.
pump, choose the flavor you want instead of unleaded
That
premium.
is such a
You
good
click
idea.
vanilla.
You are a genius. If anybody steals that, I'm suing.
Are you gonna copyright it?
Well, I guess he'll sue. I'll probably copyright
wouldn't
it
be a
before
patent.
He does.
An idea is a patent.
An idea, patented idea.
Yeah.
But you would copyright it. The Brandon.
Dadgummit.
Daggum cream.
Dadgum cream. Oh,
Daggum creamery.
Okay.
No, I like daggum cream.
Dadgummit.
You're buying daggum cream.
that no.
Oh yeah.
No.
I love that. Everybody would they'd show up just to be like, hey, what do you guys sell here? Can I free sample?
So what'd you do after high school?
Right my nozzle?
Where I am now.
Really? You went right into
Immediately,
this?
10 days
Holy
after
cow.
I graduated.
10 days? So you knew what you wanted to do when you were in high school.
No, that's why I'm here.
Oh, she knew.
Oh,
Yeah.
She knew so much. She was like,
when did you
"Gotta do
decide,
this."
like, what was the deciding factor for you coming to this workplace?
Let's see. Because like senior year started, people were doing like all their college applications and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to go to college.
And you're
'cause
like, I
of the
can't go to
past."
number 50 ranked or school.
Yeah, I'm
Number
not
one-
going to
number one
Pennsylvania.
ranked. I can't go to number one ranked
Don't go.
higher education.
Don't go to Pennsylvania, I guess. Whatever.
I will never again.
And then
Excellent.
now I'm fucking here. Great time, loving life.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Did you work anywhere while you were in high school? What was your
I
first
think
job?
it was my sophomore year. My friend sent me a referral to a contact warehouse because she got a bonus if I stayed there for 3 months.
Like they put you in
Shit.
contact with people.
No, like I filled orders for contacts. I would go into this big ass warehouse, get my little order sheet, and then I'd fill in the little packets for what the contacts people wanted to order.
So you're the reason why so many people got infections in the 1900s.
19. When do you think I was born?
2012.
When did contact lens come
How
out?
old do you think I was?
1980.
Say your guess.
That's okay. If I had to actually like think about it seriously, contact lenses. 1987.
Although I did see a video about old contact lenses, like the hard ones, and
They're made of glass.
no,
I don't know if that's true or not.
they were. I don't even fucking know.
When do you know? Do you know when contacts were made?
That video looked old as
I'm
fuck.
talking to Alex because she's the one that has knowledge.
Like it was in black and white, so I'd assume pretty old.
Really? Of all the things you could have typed in to look that up, that's what you chose to type. You are so you are so backwards. No, it's
Did that say
not.
1508?
1508? That's no. There's no way. Nobody was sticking glass things in their eyes.
So apparently 1508, Leonardo da Vinci
What?
conceptualized contacts
That's
by
not the
looking
same.
through a glass of water.
That's not the same thing.
We all look through glasses of
I
water.
can
18
conceptualize now. Oh, I wonder if we could travel faster than the speed of light. That doesn't mean I invented it.
Yeah, but he actually did it by looking through a glass of water. You
Yeah,
didn't travel
make
by the speed of light.
Something here to something there, and I'm like, you know what? That takes a billionth of a second.
Okay, this is just the history of contact lenses. It includes everything,
I want to know.
including the theorization.
I want to know when the modern day person decided to, hey,
18
this is safe to put in my eye.
1801, John Young creates the first glass contact lens. So they used to be glass.
1808. What did you say? 18 what?
1801. Sorry.
1801.
I think it did say 1808.
Nope, not putting glass in my eye.
What kind of? No offense to John. What kind of moron sticks a glass lens on their eye?
Oh, you haven't seen that video. They like had a plaster or whatever. And they would put the plaster on
What?
your eyeball to get the shape of your eye and then like
Oh.
carve it out of that.
Why?
I don't know,
Ooh.
but I'm
Just
not
wear
doing that.
Glasses. How expensive? What? That's No, some random idiot
1938.
aristocrat that puts lead paint on their skin is putting glass shavings on their eye to be like, I can't wear glasses. No, heavens no! I must be well gifted in my genes. I can't. Peasants wear glasses.
1938, the first all plastic. I don't know what that word is. Scleral?
I can't-
Scleral?
I can't read that part.
The first plastic contact lenses are invented. 1938.
What are you reading? Hover over it.
Top right.
The first plastic. Yeah, scleral. Scleral contact lens.
I don't know what scleral means.
Scleral means like eye, I think.
Okay. 1978,
Somebody will correct us, I'm
toric
sure.
contact lens for. I don't know why there's so many big words in this. Hang on.
Eyes are difficult.
1971, the first commercial soft contacts are marketed in the U.S.
How many?
1971, the first commercial soft contacts.
That's what
So
I'm
were the
thinking of.
other plastic ones not soft?
Guess not.
Putting hard, thickened plastic in
So it
your
went
eye
from hard glass to hard plastic
to
for like
soft.
70
soft
years.
plastic.
I don't know. Is
Okay.
it made of plastic? Who knows?
1979, extended wear contacts are introduced.
Now, as riveting as the history of contacts is, let's get on with today's feature program.
Well, is that it? You only worked in a contact lens
I worked
warehouse?
for them for 3 months because I
Only.
had
Have you ever done
programs to do after school until like 4, and then I have to go to work till 9. Then I had homework, so I was like, I'm not gonna do this forever.
Yeah.
And then I quit.
You worked in a contact factory while going to public school?
Yes.
Child labor. It's cheap.
At
That
like
does sound
15.
like child labor. What?
you?
They let you. They let you near products that people are going to actively jab into their eyes at 15 years old.
They're
Why
already
not?
in the package.
I'm not trusting
I'm
you
not
at all.
touching the contact lens itself. They're already in the packages.
I'm willing to bet the average 15-year-old is going to open that up and right inside that.
Screw talking
I just
about
put
lens
them-
going in your eye. What
what?
about food? They let you work in fast food that young.
Everybody's looking at you.
You're putting that in your mouth and
I don't think y'all
into your
understand what I was
digestion
doing.
system.
I don't want an eye infection from something that somebody decides to pee in a box of
I'd rather
contact
take
lenses.
that than freaking eating
That makes no
someone's
sense.
nastiness, whatever bodily fluid they
You don't want
decided.
to eat someone else's
spit on my
nastiness?
burger.
Some people pay for that,
No.
specifically.
I
I'm
saw a
good.
TikTok of some dude putting his balls in salsa for a DoorDash order.
That
Oh,
wasn't
that is
TikTok.
screwed
You're
up.
looking up.
I thought that
You're
was
sick.
purpose. Like someone ordered it specifically. Like,
No.
please dip your.
Can you? In
It's
the
because they didn't give him a
description
tip.
section on Uber Eats. can
That's
you
it.
please-
Yeah, I think
He is
so.
getting paid. The
He's
tip
like,
is
the
extra.
tip wasn't enough, and he was.
Oh, I can spend a long time hating on the idea of tipping.
I need to start tipping more.
I hate tipping.
I'm not a bad
That's all I'm
tipper.
gonna say.
I just, Uber Eats, man.
I hate.
I don't
tipping.
want to tip $7 on top of a meal that I know I'm too lazy, but if I had gone to the store and gotten it, would have been $20, which is then now turned into $32, $33. And then I'm tipping $7 on top of that because of all the markup. So now I'm paying
Yeah.
$40 for a $18, $19, $20 meal.
Yeah. Well, because tips. I hate it because tips are expected nowadays, and it's like the bare minimum is 20%. So like, why? Because tips are supposed to be extra. Like the person's getting paid, the DoorDasher's getting paid.
They're getting paid well too.
Yeah. Waitresses, waiters are getting paid. I don't care if
Waitresses
it's
and
for a
waiters-
lower wage. That is the restaurant's fault. They should get paid.
Hey,
Is
can you
that
keep
my
it
phone
down?
or your phone?
Was that Siri?
That was me.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Can you keep it
just
down?
blaming me.
You're already paying for the service. You're paying for the food or whatever. Why don't they get paid a regular wage? That's not my problem. I'm not supposed to make that up. I'm paying for the service. I'm paying for the food in the price of the food.
I'm on airplane mode now. Should be fixed.
I hate tips.
Your boy. The thing,
Why are there separate prices?
I believe.
Well, I want to sit down. I want to pay the price that's listed. I want it to include everything in the experience. I don't want a separate freaking
so you
add-on
want,
price
you want a food
that's
markup.
hidden. And also tips are expected 20%. Even if a waiter or waitress does bad, you still feel obligated to pay 20%, right? Like no one No one gives it accordingly to how well or how good they did,
Oh, I do.
how well or bad they did.
But I don't do it based on performance usually. I do it because it's really hard for a waiter or waitress, having worked as one for exactly 1 day in my life.
Okay.
Go ahead, preach your experience and your professionalism.
It is very hard for somebody, unless it's like a slammed restaurant, like a
It's not.
high-end,
It's
a
not
high-end
hard.
place, a high-end place to for a waiter or waitress to perform badly, then it is to be like I tip mostly based on what do you call it, like pleasantness.
Yes.
Like I like to feel like I'm having a good time. I like a waiter or waitress that interacts with me. I
Which
know,
most of the time they're not.
yeah, I know a
And you
lot of.
still give 20%.
Well, yeah, because I'm nice, but I usually do more than that. Like 20 is like my baseline for the
That's
most
the
part.
bare minimum.
But I
You're
also
expected.
lived in a family where 2 out of 4 of us were waitresses and know what kind of money they make and have seen the kinds of things they have to deal with and get paid. And I worked as a delivery driver, so yeah, sometimes driving is a pain in the rear, especially
You get paid
when
for it.
especially shut the heck up, dadgummit, when you're working on Christmas, or maybe not even Christmas, but working late December and it's snowing outside and you have to drive through 2 inches thick ice to get your $12 pizza to some trailer out 15 minutes away from where the restaurant store is in backwoods
The restaurant store.
North Carolina. Let me finish. In backwoods North Carolina stores that you have to navigate with very bad reception because everybody's electricity is out.
That's fine. That's
Okay, now I'm
deserving.
You upset
That's
about
deserving
it?
of a tip, right? Like you
Tip
did.
those people, dang it.
You did the extra. You went the extra mile. Like there's a snowstorm.
I
You're
could
still
have
delivering
died.
pizza. Whatever. Under normal circumstances, I'm sitting in a restaurant and this person has 5, 6 tables. It's not hard. It's not. I don't care what people say. Waitering, waitressing is not a hard gig. That's why it's a entry level job.
Spoken waiting.
That's why high schoolers can be waiters and waitresses. It is not a job deserving of
Unless they serve alcohol.
40% tip, 30% tip, even
No,
20% tip.
Nobody I know tips 30 and 40%.
Also, they're not even busing. Like, okay, you might grab
the
stuff,
busboy
but who
gets it.
cares?
But
There's a busboy.
a lot of places tip or not tip the busboy.
They
but
tip out or
they,
whatever.
Yeah, they give some
Yeah.
of their tips to the busboy.
But also, everyone's getting paid for the job they're doing. If you don't want to get paid however much, it's $2.75, $3 for waitresses or waiters
an hour.
an hour, then go somewhere else. If you don't like that, then don't work there. Don't be a waiter or waitress. But you're expecting tips. You're expecting $100, $50 tips from someone that has a
$100?
lot of money.
What kind of high end?
So if
What are
you-
you thinking people are tipping for?
You are at a
Oh,
bourgeoisie.
people absolutely. I know tons of people that get good tips like that.
Nobody.
And
Yeah,
that's what
maybe-
people
Where
are
are they
hoping for.
working?
If they're like serving $150 cuisines to a family.
No. Not
Six.
20% tip. It's someone that's like has a lot of money and they're like, you were great. Like here's $50 or something on a $20
You've
meal.
got rich friends.
No, I know people. If you're rich, you're not working as a waiter or waitress. 1, and 2, like people do that. You have a nice, like rich person come into your restaurant, and they'll be like, "There you go. Like you were nice. You were flirting with me or whatever. You gave me an extra rolls." The idea of extra rolls is not
Give me
a
extra
thing.
rolls.
They can give you as many rolls as you want. And they're like, "Oh, I'll
Some
get you
places
some
have
extra rolls,"
policy.
and they'll bring it out.
Only Olive Garden.
And everyone does that. Everyone does
Love
that.
Olive Garden.
That's another way to get more tip. Like, oh, here's some extra rolls.
So mind games
I hate
work.
that.
I
hate
love it.
mind games.
I love it when,
So
when the waiter or
stupid.
waitress is putting in the extra little benefit to make me feel like I'm, at least a bit special. I like feeling special.
And now you go to places where you walk up to the counter to order food and they turn it around and ask for a tip. I can't even get my own meal nowadays without being asked for a tip.
Well, yeah, but I only tip like $1.
In a restaurant, they come to you, they serve you, they're like treating you.
You don't tip a lot.
And
when you
now
have to
I'm
get your own
going up
food.
and
Yeah.
getting my own stuff.
I was taught.
I
not
never
to,
tip.
Well, I
Never.
was taught as a child.
when I go up and get my own food.
Maybe not as a child.
That
but
is
when I was getting
ridiculous.
older, to not tip very much, if at all, whenever I go to a counter restaurant to get my
Absolutely
takeout.
not.
But now that I, have money that I can spend and, share the wealth.
I'm going to kill you. You're feeding into a terrible
I-
system.
Hey, hard times, man. And I'm not hurting in terms of the money that I make. So I like to give a little. Even if I just give a little, I
There's
might get a little
people
later on. Who knows?
elsewhere not working at restaurants that need money more than the person working in the
Yeah,
restaurant.
but I don't interact with those people.
Just
I
saying.
go to restaurants.
Most of the places that I get takeout from are places that like the family isn't poor, but the family, isn't doing as well as me. You know what I mean? Like
Are you doing well?
I'm doing well. I'm a single guy, have a nice job. I live in hey, easy, buddy.
No, that's a great place. We know the owner.
Hey, you darn Skippy.
Why'd you look up that? The big man upstairs doesn't own this place.
No, he doesn't. He pays less rent than I do.
Oh, so you have more of an own.
Yeah. This is more my place than his. Dadgummit.
That's funny.
He's never gonna watch this.
Who? The big man upstairs or the owner?
He doesn't watch. If he does, he doesn't tell me anything.
He's watching right now.
The landlord.
He's probably listening. Hello.
Hello, big man upstairs.
What if you just feel a kick? Boom.
Sends a small little text.
Small taxes.
I'm listening. I just don't like tipping.
Shut the
It's
F up.
supposed to be. Did he?
No.
Oh, that'd be funny. Tips are supposed to be extra. You're supposed to go above and beyond to deserve of a tip, not 20% bare minimum. You should. If I own a restaurant, I would pay them a regular wage and say no tipping, please.
If I
hate tipping.
Yeah, that's what they do in Europe.
I don't trust Europeans.
Europe's got it
we already
right.
beat them once. We'll do it again.
Europe's got it right
Actually,
for
more
tipping.
than once.
I don't say that often, but Europe's got it right for
Well, that's
tipping.
probably because
To be
they
fair,
pay their people.
Their restaurants are
fair.
also much more. To be fair, their restaurants are
You
also
don't even know that
more
reference.
expensive.
I mentioned the
I
show
don't at all.
2 episodes ago.
Who?
You didn't?
Did you?
Yes.
I don't remember what we talked about.
When you were sneezing and you interrupted me.
Excellent.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah.
You'd have to watch the show to get the reference.
Whoa.
There, Alex. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Incredible. Awesome.
Some of us have schoolwork to do.
Is that the only job you had throughout high school?
Oh, yeah. That was it.
Did you like it?
No. Like, as a high school student, you had to, like, be up early. Some pitches also want to have, like, water polo practice at, like, 5 in the morning.
So
You just
freaking-
got
And I still
yourself
had to,
into it now.
So freaking ridiculous. That is such a stupid. I'm just gonna get over on the flippers and pedal around the water.
There's no
They don't have
flippers in
flippers
water
in water
polo.
polo.
Number one.
They
higher
scratch.
education. Look at me spin my water polo.
I'm sure Alex can talk about the scratching and the
Oh, yeah.
punching.
Smacking each other with their
It's
balls.
a very aggressive sport for no reason.
Is it
at
a
all.
ball or a hockey puck?
How the fuck is it gonna be a hockey puck in the pool?
I don't freaking know. I don't.
It
Make it
skims
make
across
sense.
the top of the water.
don't play water polo.
Oh my gosh. They just blew their eardrums out.
Incoming.
I just want you to just think about it. Where's the hockey puck gonna go in the pool?
On the ground, on the bottom, in the hole at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, we don't swim to the bottom of the pool.
Why not?
What, is the ball going to go down there? It's full of air.
I don't know. No, it doesn't have to be full of air. It could be like a golf ball. Those things don't.
You're going to
Golf balls
throw a
float?
golf ball and risk
No, golf
sitting
balls don't
someone in the
float.
face
Yeah.
in a pool?
That'd be more funny.
How'd you get in the water
You
polo?
seem like a roly derber.
My best friend was in it, and she was in it the year before I was,
When
and I
did
was
you
like,
join?
"Oh, you should do this with me." Actually, I think that was my senior year, and I had the warehouse job my sophomore year.
Warehouse.
Still a horrible idea to do shit after school
Yeah,
and before school.
it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah,
Working and extracurricular or sports is just
way too
next to
much.
impossible.
I wouldn't know. I didn't work until after I graduated.
Dang, that
Ah,
sucks.
damn.
Yes.
Must be nice to have
You
like money
lazy
or something.
bum.
It wasn't money. It was family.
Anyway.
You. Oh,
When you're-
yeah,
when
your
you're
family's rich.
When
Sorry.
you're here, your family.
Yeah, weren't you
No.
talking before about
Lived it.
one ply?
Lived in a low-income neighborhood. Hey, one ply, underrated,
Hey,
underappreciated.
Half ply's even better.
I don't think I've ever used half ply.
I
You
don't
can
think
see
that
through
exists.
It does. You can
Yeah,
see
it'll
through
shred
it.
apart if you look at it wrong.
Ideally.
Half ply exists.
I was gonna get in all the crannies.
Oh god.
And the nooks.
I don't think it's gonna clean the nooks and crannies when it's
Oh.
tearing apart.
It'll clean. I don't know if that's true. I've never had half ply,
Okay.
but it probably will. All right, now that we've cleared up, let's get it on to the.
She never finished about how she or like talking about water polo
Oh,
Because I have questions about water polo.
Yeah, my best friend was in the sport the year before I was, and I was like, "Oh, you should do this with me." So she would pick me up in the morning at like 5 to go to water polo practice, and then I did that.
5?
Yeah,
So you did it before school?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
gosh.
luckily the
Swimming
pool
that
was
early would
heated.
suck.
You would play.
did.
You would play in the water before school. Go to school. Go to warehouse after school.
No, I didn't have the warehouse job my senior year,
Oh.
but I did have after school choir practices.
You're making it sound like, oh, yeah, I'm just an A-star student. Look at me,
No.
my higher education.
water polo practice.
But no, you're just a
school,
lazy bum.
choir practice, and then homework, and then go to sleep and do it all again.
Uh-huh.
What kind of a student were you? A, B, C, D?
No, not D. Like A, B.
D's are for degrees.
Oh my gosh.
Those people did get a diploma, so clearly they're doing
They
something
got a
right.
diploma.
Ultimately.
Guess what? No one asked for a high school diploma. Just
Who?
saying. Huh? No one. I said no one asked for a high school diploma.
Who didn't
That
ask?
is true.
Places you work for.
Oh,
They're like college.
ever?
Your college transcript, anything.
Really?
Yes.
I provided it always. I was proud of it. I was like, look at all my good grades.
Yeah, look at me. I graduated high school like the rest of the fucking country.
You like providing?
What? What are you talking about? What?
Okay.
I love to provide. What do you mean?
Of course.
What are you providing?
What are you?
Goods and services.
Okay.
Some of us are givers, and some of us clearly
Our
are
receiver.
takers.
Oh,
No, takers.
Okay.
what did you play in water polo? I don't know how the layout is. Is it like basketball?
Oh, I was not good at water polo in the slightest.
Your tongue is
Were you a
blue.
starter?
What? I bet.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Look how blue his tongue is.
Oh boy.
That's
Is
awesome.
yours? Out. It's not. Why isn't yours? Is yours?
I've had more
Think
drink
so.
than you guys have.
What? Why is my tongue blue? I think I need to go to the hospital.
Where does it go?
Let's stop this.
He has less iron.
I do have low iron.
What'd you play? Is there
I didn't have
other
a-
positions
That's to be
specifically?
expected.
I'm sure there
This
is.
There probably is. I was on the bench most of the time
Wow.
because I sucked at water polo.
Bench warmer. That's like a movie. Bench warmers.
I also didn't know how to tread water, and we would practice in a 17.
You didn't know how to tread water in water polo?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the bare
Alex.
minimum.
Yeah. I
Alex,
know.
You're telling
They
me.
really needed players.
Alex Johnson.
You're telling me.
It's a
no,
good name.
Alex, you're telling me.
Strong.
You're telling me you're a poor swimmer?
No. I can swim to not drown.
For water polo.
Can you tread water?
What is treading water again? Just like being floating?
Yeah.
No, not
I
floating.
can float.
What do you mean not
What
floating?
do you mean not floating? What is
Floating is different from
not,
treading.
Yeah, that's fair.
What
Not
is-
floating.
What's treading then?
Being like above the water.
I can-
Keeping above the water.
What, like how high above the water?
Like you kick your feet and you like keep like shoulders
yeah,
above the water.
I can keep myself afloat.
No.
What are you
Floating and treading water are two different ways to stay above the water. Those are mechanisms. Like you can fill some with air and stay above the water, or you can tread.
I can move
and
my
stay
body
above the water.
and stay above the water.
There you go.
Are you kicking your feet like little?
Like a little
this?
penguin? Yeah.
Do you have to kick your feet?
No, because I can
You
float.
don't?
Yeah, this is
Then
not
you're
how
not
you
treading
tread
water.
water in water
I
polo.
can though, and stay afloat. What is your question? Oh crap!
So you never got to play in an actual.
Good gracious!
I did play in some games, but girls are fucking vicious
I
Why?
do.
in water polo. Because like you're supposed to cut your nails, and before
Oh, no.
the coach would
I
go
knew
like
it.
this and this to make sure they're short enough so you don't scratch people. But like you can still get it so where it's like under the little nub
Yeah, buddy.
and just scratch the fuck out of people.
Heck yeah!
So I would always bring baby oil.
What?
You go in, the water's blue, comes out green or purple. What is it? Red and blue.
What are you talking
Red
about?
and blue makes purple. Because you're bleeding so much all over the place. Because people are cutting each other.
Why is
I
the
don't know
water
what that
blue?
means. Yeah, the water's not
It's
blue.
not that deep of a blue.
A blue pool.
Water is not
You wouldn't
blue.
come out purple.
What is this? A blue pool. You never seen a pool that's blue?
That is not the
Not that
color of
blue.
water in the pool. It's just going to be red.
There's no way. I'm the insane one here.
You are.
You're insane.
A pool is painted blue, typically. That's why
Yes.
they're blue.
Yeah, but the
Yeah, that
red is
doesn't-
not mixing with the blue of the walls.
Why not?
The red is just going
Because
to
that makes no sense.
block it.
Well,
It's like
excuse
a
me, if I
filter.
didn't take a color theory course
Have you ever taken an art
on
class?
Arizona State University's website,
I don't know what that means.
What?
go Phoenix.
Is there a story there?
No, why would there be a story
Okay.
for that?
Okay.
I
Well, yeah,
don't- I
in
don't
water
take
polo,
ASU
you
online.
shave and then you bring baby oil. So when they try to grab you and like pull you back and basically drown you, you just slip right out.
Baby oil?
That
And
is
that
insane.
stays underwater. The chlorine doesn't
It stays on your
get
body.
rid of it. Does it? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't put oil on my skin before.
You
I
never
get into a
oil
pool.
up?
Why would I oil up in a pool?
So when you're in the pool, you're slippery.
I'm
Yeah,
not
like a
going
seal.
to a bodybuilding competition underwater. That's the only time I would ever oil myself up.
What about just a regular bodybuilding competition? Wouldn't you oil up for that?
That's why I.
And
said
oil
it.
and water don't mix.
No,
What
you
are
said a
confused
bodybuilding
about?
competition
Wouldn't
underwater.
it wipe off
Oil and water don't mix. It's not going to wipe off.
at all?
You ever try to wash oil off your hands with just water?
You
I
need
don't-
soap.
I don't put oil.
You
on my
need
hands.
soap, you need Gojo, degreaser, something.
Yeah.
No sponsors were mentioned in that.
I love Gojo.
Shut up.
It's a free sponsor.
No.
For Gojo. Gojo's great.
I don't even know what Gojo is.
The orange.
Who?
Really don't know what Gojo is? You ever get cut though?
Not muscularity wise.
Not like cut, but like when you scratch, you get the welts. I got those.
Wow,
You
it
let a-
actually happens.
You let
Yeah.
a woman manhandle you? Woman handle
They're
you?
aggressive.
That's wild. They're actually scratching in there.
Beat some tail.
People get in fights. You ever see some fights?
Disappointing.
Yeah. There's just been
Oh
there
my-
have definitely been times in the game where like the ref will stop it because people are fighting.
Excellent.
That is
That's
wild.
what I would go to see. Whoa!
And then the ref stops, and you're like, "No, no, let them go.
Let them figure it out themselves.
Let them figure it out themselves. They're adults."
This is what adulthood is.
We're not
for.
adults. We were in high
They're
school.
not adults.
I don't know why. I was picturing college age.
No.
You're
No, I don't-
sick.
I don't want to see high schoolers fight.
You're
That's sad.
sick. That's sad.
If you're fighting, if you're fighting at a young age, you're just gonna keep doing.
High
it
school
until
fights
adulthood.
are very sad.
Yeah, it's like,
Like
wow.
back then, it was like, "Oh my gosh,
Wow,
so and so
he-
got in a fight." But
He called his girlfriend, loose. Oh no.
High school fights are always so stupid.
Oh no.
yeah, they are. They're really stupid.
He
Bathroom fights during lunch or
He
something.
touched
Yeah.
the zipper on her backpack when she was out of the room. Oh no.
Like I'm just trying to eat my little school lunch pizza in peace.
school lunch pizza.
Yeah.
Lunchables?
No.
You love Lunchables.
I'm
We
broke.
could talk a while for school lunch pizzas.
No, we can't.
Oh, we could.
My school had pizza every day, and I
Not
would
a
always
sponsor.
Not as
get it. A school lunch pizza.
you can buy that by the pallet. It's very expensive.
What do you think when Michelle Obama changed school lunches?
Very upset. The vending machines, like all my good snacks were gone.
You heard it here first, folks. Michelle Obama
Ruined school
ruined
lunches.
school lunch pizza. We are ticked as a nation and are
My pizza was still fine. The vending machines, though,
Yes,
not
the
as
vending machines
good
definitely
together.
changed.
No, I never used a vending machine. In
There's
high
a South
school.
Park
I don't-
episode about that.
I don't think I ever used a vending machine when I was actively at school. I mean, at the school, yes. In school at the time, no.
So you went to the high school after you grad? What?
Oh, you were one of those
Yes.
guys?
Yes, I had to spend
Mm.
time at the school after school sometimes. Not for anything disciplinarily. You all right? What's happening?
Did
I
you
don't
not
know. I
hear
keep
that?
hearing noises.
You are insane.
You're the one that's not hearing it.
I think there's a snake around the studio.
It's a snake in my boot.
Better not be in my house.
Yeah.
No, I don't trust snakes. That's why we don't let them on the podcast.
You don't trust snakes?
Why would you? There's literally a whole book that says, "Hey, don't trust snakes."
No, I just, I just
My
feel like,
Chinese ear thing is a snake.
I just
It's
feel
called
like
the
you
Bible.
don't have to say it.
That's why I never
I
trusted
don't
you.
trust
Oh,
really
okay.
any animal.
Your tongue is incredibly blue.
Yours
Yours is-
isn't. I think you're the one that's weird.
How am I the weird one? I've drunk more than both of you combined.
How
You
deep
should
is
have a
that
blue
straw
tongue.
going in your mouth?
Yeah. Are you like
My
putting
straws
it
go.
to the back of your throat?
Yeah, you guys don't.
No.
Where do you put your straws at?
I don't deep throat the straw.
9 out of 10 dentists recommend that when you're using a straw,
That you
especially-
deep throat?
No. Good gracious, woman.
That's what you're saying.
Put it
That's
like-
what you're saying.
That's in there.
What the frick? Can we talk about why
You have to put it back there so it
her
doesn't
straw
ruin
is
the enamel on your
different
straw- on
than
your phone.
ours? Why does she have a bent straw?
Because I'm better.
Is that
Alright.
supposed to be funny?
Our guest requested that we have a bent straw, so I provided the request for our guest.
But
Notice
ours
that
are straight.
yours is girthy. You asked me for a thick straw, so I gave you a thick straw.
I don't remember asking for a straw at all.
You did.
When these came out to us, I was wondering why there were straws in them.
The guest requested.
I do like straws.
Alex likes straws.
She has a straw.
We accommodate for the guest. We are hospitable hosts.
If we didn't have straws, your tongue and your teeth would be blue.
Teeth?
Yeah,
No.
because it goes past your teeth.
Who does?
It goes onto your teeth while you're drinking.
Who's the it?
Huh?
What?
It.
It.
The drink.
The drink or the straw?
I think we're talking without the straw, so the drink.
I don't like this.
The drink
I don't like what's happening.
with which to sup of thine cup would be the drink.
You want to
sup?
start?
Sup.
Is that the past tense of sip?
You want
Like what?
to get
the
into
current
these?
test of slurp. Yes.
You want to explain what's happening?
Sure. So we have, per our regularly scheduled program, now that we're getting back to, is we are going to review stories on the popular subreddit known as ATI
That's- oh my God.
AITA Am I the A-hole subreddits, and we have selected some potentially controversial stories. It might get pretty
I
heated
don't know
in here.
who we have.
And we are going to review the arguments and discuss were they actually, and who disagrees with who here. Ooh, might be a bit controversial in the studio today.
Gosh, darn it. You picked such a long one.
They're all long.
I'm going to spend minutes reading each one of these.
If you hand the phone to me, I could easily summarize because I've read all of these.
Okay.
I feel like you need to get the whole story.
I'll put in key points. Don't you worry.
All right.
Don't you be skedaddled. So we have with us, Brandon and Alex have not seen these stories before. They were all hand selected by me. So if you have problems, screw yourself, and make a comment about it in the comments. We love a good comment. We read all of them, all 6 of them, total, across all episodes.
You're talking about leaving a comment for screwing yourself, or like leaving a video.
A video for screwing yourself.
You
Leave
can
a
screw
video
yourself.
of you
Leave a
screwing
comment.
yourself in the comment section.
But you can't do that. Pornhub's
will
banned.
will gladly
You have to be
watch
18
it.
years or older.
You're not supposed to know that.
You have to register in the
It's been
state of
banned for
Virginia.
You're not-
long time.
You're not supposed to know that at all.
You have to register in the state of Virginia now to view that.
I wouldn't know.
You have to make an account. It's a very known thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the only one
That doesn't know.
Yeah.
You guys excited?
No.
We're gonna get it on with the
No.
current
We're
program.
not getting it on. But
So
That's
I'm not going to give the Reddit users' names or anything like that. I'm only going to be summarizing the stories.
that's plagiarism.
That's not plagiarism at all.
You have to give the
I'm giving credit to Reddit.
writer.
I'm giving credit to Reddit. Do you want me to say the person's name?
I guess so.
What do you mean you guess so?
That's
I needed to-
plagiarism
I
if
needed to-
not.
I don't think that's how that works. Some of these might not even be
well,
real.
we're not claiming it as our own.
Yeah, these are not our stories. They are all brought to you by Reddit.com.
That's like
That
me
is
writing a
sponsored.
paper and being like,
Slash-
an author wrote this.
slash am I the a-hole?
Yeah, I don't care. What's going to happen?
Excellent. Worst thing, copyright strike. This video gets taken down. And
Famous
we all get
last
sued.
words. What's going to happen?
Including you. You're in on
Me?
this. Yeah.
Yeah, you're here now.
Ah,
So,
shit.
the title of this one is Am I the a-hole for telling my sister's husband, the uncle, to stop buying my daughter boy toys? So, my sister's husband keeps buying my daughter toys and clothes that one associates with boys, some of them not cheap. She is 2 years old, takes after her father, and boy clothing often gets mistaken as a boy. So this happens regularly. She enjoys the toys, and I can see past it being I believe the mother wrote this. Often gets mistaken as a boy, enjoys the toys, but she knows that she loves her uncle and he loves his niece. The father does not and is sick of hearing his mouth and honestly get annoyed at seeing him treat her like a boy. I would rather he stop gifting her such things, but he cannot say no to her. She gets that she has an old world view, but is frustrated having people mistake her for a boy and try to have a conversation with him, but he is argumentative by nature and quotes, "What do you expect from an autistic attorney?"
Ooh.
The uncle?
The uncle is an autistic attorney. And this was written by the author.
I don't know what to expect from an autistic attorney. I'm not going to
That's
lie.
not something I think about often.
Good law.
What do you expect?
He probably knows the book front and back.
That
All
is true.
autistic attorneys
He probably
act
knows
this
the law
way.
very well. He hates the fact that he comes at me with a logical response to my emotional plea and is disrespecting my wishes as a parent. If I told him to stop buying her stuff, I told him that he would not be able to see her. So if he continues to do this, he is not allowed to have contact with his niece, her daughter. My sister is upset with me because he told her this and explained that she doesn't want her daughter to be viewed as a boy since she is already seen as one since she wears boys' clothes. My sister told me to get over my issues and stop projecting on my daughter. So I said if she cannot respect my issues, then she is also free to never see her again.
How old is this daughter?
The daughter is 2 years old.
It's 2 years old.
The
That
daughter-
The
makes
daughter
more
has
sense.
no opinion on what it wants to be.
My mom thinks I am blowing this out of proportion, but I feel as a parent, my request was reasonable, and all he has to do is respect the wishes instead of talking down to me and disregarding my concerns.
One, I
So,
hate I hate when
summarize.
family members do not respect your wishes for your own children. They have no claim over your children. They should listen to everything you say about your own children.
Right?
So
Like
I'm obviously siding with the
I feel like the
parents.
2-year-old doesn't really care what toys they're playing with.
Right.
Just to recap, we have a mother who is telling her brother-in-law, stop buying my daughter, who is 2 years old, toys and clothes that are predominantly meant for boy children, and if you don't, you will not be allowed to see her. The uncle is also autistic.
And like in that case, like a 2-year-old doesn't really have an opinion on what they're gonna wear, so like just stop buying the clothes. I was assuming the daughter was older, but yeah,
Yeah.
just stop doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, so the mom is the guardian of the child
And the father.
and the
And
father.
the father doesn't like
The-
the uncle in the first place.
The father, no, it seems like the father doesn't really care.
I thought you said the father doesn't like him.
It's I'm not sure I would reread that.
I'm gonna look while you talk.
But the mother is the predominant guardian of this child and seems to care a lot about the child's well-being. It is, if you think about it, you are responsible for raising your child, so you should be the one controlling the content that your child has control over and gets access to, especially at your young years. So the thing that I would agree with is that the mother should be allowed to choose what toys, games, clothes that the child has access to, since it is gifts from the uncle. But the only thing that I would take issue with is that I don't think you should limit the access that a child has to their uncle or aunt or other relatives unless there is a negative impact that they could have on the child's development, especially at 2 years old. So I think best case, explain to him, hey, you can keep buying these toys, but I'm pretty much going to get rid of them or donate them to somebody else because, I don't think they're suited for my child and I don't think you should keep buying them for her. I'm not going to keep you from seeing her. That's where I would draw the line. But yeah, these aren't for her. These should be for somebody else. So it's more like hey, you're wasting your money, buddy.
Why was the daughter wearing predominantly boy clothes?
They buy her boy clothes and boys' toys.
So why isn't the mother just buying clothes, like more feminine clothes, I guess?
I don't I think the only boy things are coming from the uncle
I believe
per
so.
this story. So I think
But
she
it seems
has
like
normal, like not normal, like girl toys or girl
yeah, it
clothes.
seems like she's growing up as a tomboy where she likes boys'
Yeah.
toys
So
more.
it says my daughter is 2 and she does take after her father, and in boy clothing she often gets mistaken as a boy.
I feel like a 2-year-old that's like toddlers for the most part cannot tell what's going on.
Right. There's no reason to. It's pretty much. I'll say it again. This is up to the parents, 100%. And if you can't respect what the parents want, I don't care who you are, brother, uncle, grandpa, then you get away from the child if you don't listen to what the parents want. And also, along with the dad thing, it says, my daughter does enjoy the toys, and I can see past it since I know he loves his niece. Her father does not, and I'm sick of hearing his mouth. And TBH, I also do get annoyed seeing him treat her like a boy. So it seems like the father's the one that's explicitly getting upset about this.
Yeah, I feel like for toddlers this is like okay, but once your child has to like more, what's the word, like
That's the
self,
next one.
like the sense of self, that's the point where you need to start listening to your child.
So that begs the question: what do we think? Who is the a-hole in this scenario? I don't
The uncle.
I don't personally think that the poster is the a-hole, because it's like the poster is or is not is like the thing.
The poster?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
For some reason, my mind went immediately to a poster hanging on a
poster.
wall. I'm like,
the original
what do you
content
mean by
creator
that?
is or is not the a-hole in this scenario.
No, I don't think so
I
at
feel
all.
like there's more of a misunderstanding, because if the uncle's autistic, he might not like fully understand the whole scenario.
I don't know about the degrees of autism very much, but
If he's a lawyer,
yeah, if
he
he's
can't,
if he's an
is
attorney,
true.
pretty
he's probably,
functioning.
Yeah, he's probably high functioning, especially if you're going to court and things like that. Like he's at least nonverbal,
But you can,
or at least is not nonverbal.
like, you can still do things and still not understand emotions.
That's true.
I mean, if he's
Like, those are two
autistic to the
separate
point
things.
where he can't understand that, oh, my sister doesn't want me to buy these clothes, but I'm going to keep buying them, then he probably shouldn't be an attorney.
I feel like
I'm just
lawyers are more
saying.
like logistical and not emotional.
Right, that's what you need.
Yeah, so
In
if
a
you're
court?
not
Need that.
emotional,
I mean, when you're arguing in front of a jury, like, you have to play on emotion a lot if you're going to be an attorney.
So not the a-hole.
Largely,
I say
uncle,
he's not, or she's not the a-hole.
And he's married, and the wife is her sister.
Yeah, the only
The
thing I
wife
take
of the
issue with-
autistic lawyer is also supporting this and telling her to calm down. So
I feel like
there
something.
is a normal.
So is the mom.
There is a non-autistic person in this scenario that is also pushing this, which is the sister. They're the a-holes.
Yeah, the only thing I take issue with is that she
Respect the parents.
Is that she is threatening to not let them have contact.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it doesn't sound detrimental.
But if he keeps doing it, like if one of my parents or my siblings like repeatedly keep doing stuff with my child that I don't like, and I'm like, please stop doing this, and they keep doing it, like, it's fine, it's not a big problem, I would be like, okay, you're just not seeing them anymore because I don't want you to do that. I completely side with
the
parents.
Poster? You side with the poster?
The poster.
The creator.
The poster child.
And you gotta hit one.
I feel like I need more information.
That's all the information you get.
If that's all the information I get, then I side with the poster. But obviously, it's a biased story because it's from one side.
Yeah, we can't see any more than what has been posted on here, unfortunately. So you just have to pick. What do you think? You got to pick a side.
I feel like the mom isn't being an asshole, more like trying to protect her child.
Excellent. That's really strange because we'll also review what the current consensus is. The current consensus is that the poster is the a-hole.
Okay, but why?
What?
Yeah, everybody on here
on there
largely thinks that the content poster.
People don't have children, apparently.
I do not have access to that right now.
We're on the next.
We're on to the next one.
I mean, you can if
we can do
you
that
want
for
me to
the
go
future
back.
ones.
If you want to go back to it.
Are you curious? Are you that curious?
I kind of want to know.
Oh my gracious!
So I feel like
Yeah,
Well,
check it out.
I never want children, but I feel like you should
Dadgummit.
respect a parent's wishes, depending on the scenario.
I'll try to pick some comments out here and there. You're the a-hole. How vain of you to be more concerned about what other people think than what your daughter enjoys. Gross.
What? It's a
Although-
2-year-old.
Yeah, if the daughter does enjoy it, I don't see an issue.
Are people on Reddit actually saying that? That can't.
Yes.
That's bait.
You're the a-hole. Someone who loves your daughter is buying her toys she likes. That's what matters, and everything else is just your weird hang-ups. You should work through your
I'm
problems.
gonna kill people.
You're going to
There's no way.
hypergender your daughter, which will be extremely damaging to her as she grows up. I'd like to know what these boy toys are. I once read somewhere, is this toy operated by specific genitalia? If not, it is for all genders to enjoy. You're the a-hole. I don't understand that comment very well.
I don't either. What?
She's 2, and to her, a toy is a toy. Your concern is how she looks to other people. You're the a-hole. If you continue down that path, she will understand that you care more about what other people think than what she truly enjoys.
It's not about what other people think. It's
So
about
it
taking
seems
them
like a lot
out.
of people.
When you take your dog out, or when you take any of your people with children, when you take them out and they're like, "Oh, she's so cute," and it's a boy, you're like, "Well, it's a boy." But yeah, thank you. Like, it's not like I'm getting upset about it. It's like correction. Like they're a boy. Like, you don't want your friends, family, people that you see not as often, because people should know what the gender is without looking at the clothes or whatever. But people not as often, people at your workplace, like it's just general information. Like, yeah, I have a daughter, not a son.
Yeah, this is my daughter, Lucille.
I don't want to correct people every time, they think it's actually a boy.
I feel like that has less to do with just the toys and like just get different clothing, I guess, if you want people to view your child.
Yeah,
in
a
a
child can
certain
play
way.
with
The toys. I feel like don't matter.
most
in the
toys
slightest.
in the home.
If people are going to argue about, like, oh, they should be able to wear whatever they want,
A lot of people seem to be siding with, hey, you care too much about what other people think and not what your daughter's happiness is, which I don't think that's true. Like, your daughter's being given toys. The average child is going to play with largely any and all toys that are given to them, especially at 2 years old.
Yeah, which I feel like the toys don't matter. The clothes, on the other hand, if you want your child to be viewed in a certain light, just get different clothes.
also, if it's a 2-year-old, so one, they don't have an opinion on it because they don't have opinions. And two, if you raise them wearing boy clothes and wearing with boy toys, people will think that and will treat them accordingly. And now the child is going to be conflicted growing up instead of just growing up as a girl. And then if they want to eventually come to the realization on their own without outside influences that, you know what, I kind of want to be a boy. If you want to take that route.
And I got called a boy growing up, and I'm still
Sometimes
don't want to be a boy. I still do get called sir.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Like if I wear a hoodie
does.
and I'm like in a restaurant and I haven't spoken yet, they're like, "Oh, sir, what do you want to eat?" And I'm like, "Steak." I'm like, "Wow, your voice is weirdly high."
So far off.
I can't say I haven't made that mistake when I was in high school.
What?
Mistaking a woman for a man that I went to school with. It's not my fault.
That's what it is, though. It's a mistake.
Yeah, it's a mistake. I corrected myself once I found out. It took me several minutes. All right, on to the next one. We all agree she's largely not the a-hole.
I don't know how people could side with the uncle.
I'm glad I found these. Okay, this
They're
one.
the parents.
I
man, that
love this one
frustrates
so much, and I want to hear your opinion on this,
Oh, boy.
especially. Am I the a-hole for being? It's the title. Am I the a-hole for being honest about my wife's appearance?
Here we go.
My wife, 28 years old female, is 27 weeks pregnant and has visible stretch marks on her stomach.
Asshole. Sorry.
Wait, why are you directing it towards her? This makes way more
'Cause she's a
sense for
woman.
me.
She's a woman.
Yeah, but I have a pregnant wife. This is way more
The
applicable
dude's
to
an
me, I
asshole.
feel like.
We haven't even gotten to the story yet, and I already
I'm
know.
not married yet.
Oh.
And has visible stretch marks on her belly. Understand that they come naturally with pregnancy, but will admit they are a huge turnoff for me, and I struggle to stay aroused when I see them. The other day, my wife told me she thinks her stretch marks may look cute and asked me about my opinion. I simply said that cute isn't the word that I would use, but I'm glad that she accepts her body. She asked, what do I mean? And that's when I told her that I don't think they look good, but understand that this is what happens with pregnancy and that it was fine. She snapped at me and said, well, I guess we don't have to have sex anymore while I'm pregnant then, and then slammed the door. Am I the a-hole? I gave her an honest opinion when my wife asked me, but perhaps I should have told a white lie instead.
I mean, like, on one hand, you should always be truthful. On the other hand, if you don't like stretch marks, why did you have a child? Like, there are other ways to do that.
That's an interesting point because a lot of people have said that in these comments.
Like, you could have, like, adopted, done, like, a surrogate or something.
Well, it's hard. It's like
Unless the child
he
was
was
like,
being
unplanned.
honest.
He
Like,
was
no
being
one,
honest.
do people really like? If you ask me the question, like,
Uh-oh.
do you actually like this thing?
You need to be especially
like-
careful.
No, I don't. Like, if you give an honest answer, like, it's hard to fault someone for giving an honest
Well, it's like there are
answer.
different ways you might have been able to. It's like if a woman asks you, "Oh, do I look fat in this dress?" You don't automatically say, "Yes, you look fat."
Right.
Like,
Yeah, and you especially have to be careful
Some
around.
men like fat.
Especially have to be careful when hormones are so high
you need to pick your words carefully, buddy.
during pregnancy.
Some people like a heftier woman. That's not a problem.
Some women don't like being called hefty.
You know,
Oh,
it's
my
a good
God.
descriptor.
No, it's not.
But on like stretch marks being cute, like that's just not the word. And that's what he said. It's like not
Yeah,
the
it's
word.
like I wouldn't use the word cute to describe them.
Depends on the man.
I mean,
Some people might be into it, but I
yes,
doubt that
some men might be attracted.
the
to
majority of
stretch marks.
people are into it. But it's such a that's such a charged question. Like, really? Like, you're gonna ask me,
Although naturally, a lot of people have stretch marks.
do I find it
Oh
cute?
yeah.
You're specifically gonna ask me that question. You
What?
know,
Yeah.
she had to have known the answer. That
Do you
like,
think my stretch marks look cute?
or you had to
He
have
could've
known
just
what they
said,
were actually
He could have
thinking.
just said like, "Oh, I don't really have
Yeah.
an opinion on them."
Yeah,
neutral.
They make me so.
That would be
excited.
lying. If he said, I don't have an opinion on them.
That
That
is
would be
true.
a deep lie if he said that. It's like, oh yeah, honey, your stretch marks are so cute. I hope you get more of them. Like,
But
It's-
immediately telling someone something that happens naturally to their body is an immediate turnoff that's probably not going to go away after the pregnancy is kind of fucked up.
they usually go away. I think, at the very least, they get lighter. I'm pretty sure about that.
Lighter, yes.
It-
Go away, probably
Because
not.
after I lost weight, my stretch marks largely got very, very like skin tone.
Although, what is your weight gain like immediate as pregnancy is? Because pregnancy stretching is very
yeah,
fast.
It
I
does
I
cause
didn't
stretch marks a lot.
I don't know how much like a woman gains during pregnancy, but I wouldn't say that I gained, I don't know, 15 pounds over
like
the course of
the gain is not really the
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
It's more like the stretching of the belly.
Yeah, they don't really
Oh yeah,
gain
because
weight.
my weight wasn't gained in one area
Yeah.
over the course of 9 months. My weight gain was like everywhere on my body over the course of a
Stretch
couple
marks
years.
will inevitably happen, but there's also ways like you should. There's leather.
Leather?
There's
What?
lotion.
What are you doing?
There's
What are you
lotion
doing in your house?
specifically to prevent or try to combat stretch marks.
Like if you go to the store
Shout
for
out
the
to
lotion, there's like a
Gold
little pregnant person on
I
it.
think
It's like
Gold
for
Bond
stretch
does.
marks.
Shout out to Go Bond.
But also,
Not a
it's
sponsor.
like, like you don't have an. I don't have an opinion on stretch marks, to be honest,
Really?
unless it's like pregnancy, it's expected.
That's
But
surprising.
like, other than that, it means you're not taking care of your body properly. So I can see that.
Wow.
That's not really
Wow.
true.
But the
Some
woman,
people get
the
stretch
woman
marks
is
from
pregnant.
growing.
the woman is pregnant, and stretch marks are expected.
I
so-
have stretch marks and I'm perfectly fine.
I knew a guy.
What does that mean?
Well, that's fair.
I knew a guy that got so tall he has stretch marks all the way down his
All right,
back
well,
like a
it's-
tiger.
Well, in specific places.
Also, if you like gain muscles really fast, you can get stretch marks.
That too.
Like-
There are so many ways you can get stretch
Yeah,
marks.
yeah. In specific places, like stretch marks mean like you're not taking care of your body, or you are taking care of your body, or you're doing too much.
You're pinning a target on your back.
Stretch marks are not natural, is what I'm saying,
Oh crap.
unless you're getting
I
pregnant.
do disagree with that.
Yeah,
Stretch
no.
marks are natural.
It's like a natural growing process. If you grow,
I
have
would
a major growth spurt,
I
you're gonna
would
get
say-
stretch
Now-
marks.
I
Norm-
would say
like-
that stretch marks for a person that gets them naturally, it is not an ideal situation, but they are largely going to happen to the average person.
No. I would say the word
What?
natural was wrong, but the average person does
What?
not have stretch marks.
What
I would say the average person does have stretch marks.
I feel like when women just go through
Largely.
puberty, you get stretch marks.
You don't have a single stretch mark anywhere on your body.
No.
I feel like that's a lie.
You have you looked at your lower back? You have to almost. Shoot, I got really. We're gonna need to get topped off soon, by the way.
Oh yeah. I feel like stretch marks are just natural growing process.
They happen, man.
Especially when women go through puberty and you like gain a couple cup sizes, you're gonna get stretch marks.
Yeah,
I-
yeah. It
I don't
does.
know
It
about
does. It does say that for women with their
50
breasts.
to 90%. That's more than average.
No, 50 to 90% of women have them, but men can get them. It says too. So it is saying like
It says lower back
abnormal
or
for men.
hips.
Yeah, but in this case, this is a woman who has.
it's
stretch
also
marks.
common for teen girls, breasts, thighs, hips, or buttocks, and boys,
To
lower
be
backs
fair-
or hips.
The person in question is a woman.
Yeah,
Getting pregnant. Yeah,
yeah, but
that's
she
what I
probably
stated.
also has
50
more
to
stretch
90%.
marks. So
That's
why was
what I
this not an
stated.
issue
So
before?
it is the average.
That's what I stated. That no, what? The pregnant woman getting them is completely normal and almost unavoidable.
Yeah, but she probably also has more in other places. So why was this not
Yeah.
brought up before in
I'm
their
willing to
relationship?
bet
Right. So
she's
she
got 'em.
probably didn't have them before
On her stomach specifically.
because this is just now coming up.
Because I'm willing to bet she
Is the
has them in
stomach
other
the issue?
areas.
Is just the stretch marks the issue?
I think it's the stomach is the issue because it's brought up due to pregnancy.
Okay.
And she's talking about it on her
Back to
body.
my
It doesn't
point.
say specifically stretch. Well, yeah, it does say visible stretch marks on her belly. So yeah,
Stretch marks are I don't think it's abnormal to say stretch marks aren't cute. Like that's the wrong way to describe them is my point.
Although some of the pregnancy stretch marks that I've seen are like very big. 'Cause,
That's
like
true.
then you see it on the belly,
Yeah,
then the
some of
belly
them
like
can be
deflates
thick
and it's still there.
And
Yeah.
bright red. I don't know that.
I just think cute's the wrong word and he answered honestly and she just didn't like that.
So I think one.
I feel like although pregnancy, there's a lot of emotions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's-
there
so,
is a
like,
lot of emotions.
especially at
Her being
27
upset
weeks,
is probably
she's, what,
normal.
close to finishing,
Uh,
close to giving birth. 27 weeks. Right?
27 weeks.
27 weeks.
You're the
Is
That's
that
pregnant
close?
wife.
27 weeks divided by
So that's
4.
like 6 months pregnant.
oh, that's like a
Almost-
whole extra
almost-
trimester to go.
Almost 7 months pregnant.
yeah, she's still got the last trimester.
She's over 2/3 of the way done.
That third trimester is probably the hardest part. The
Well,
belly's like super big.
The most baby growth, like per capita, I don't know what you would call it. It's like in the second trimester.
I feel like
right?
the growth isn't the issue, more the fact that you're walking around with this fucking like watermelon-sized
Well,
belly.
No,
in
the
terms
third
of- in
trimester
terms
is
of-
when you get the most stretch.
In terms of stretch mark
That's when
production,
it's-
wouldn't it be second trimester that you're like the baby's just rapidly growing?
The second and third trimester. But the third
Well, she's at the end of
trimester
the
is
second.
when you really like the placenta moves up.
Actually, no, she's in her third trimester now, because she's at roughly 7 months.
She's at the beginning of the third trimester.
6 weeks, 6 months, 3 weeks, is where she's at. Is
Yeah.
27 weeks.
So she still has, 2.5, 3 months.
This is a relatively recent story. Actually, I think she just gave birth about a couple months ago,
I think it was a charge question.
based on when this was posted. So what do y'all think?
I think it was a charge question, but
Who
he
is
probably
the
just
a-hole?
I
could
think
have
he's the
ignored it.
asshole. There are different ways to word things,
She's-
especially if you know that your wife is probably emotional.
I think there's nothing that the wife did to be considered the a-hole in this scenario. Like,
yeah.
yeah, there's no way that she's at fault, but also in the same line, like, yes, the husband was honest. Honesty is not indicative of being an a-hole. However, the wife did ask for the opinion, and the husband gave an honest response. Is he an idiot? Yes.
Okay,
He is
yeah.
very stupid for answering the way that he did. That is the dumbest response he could have ever given.
Yeah.
However, an a-hole for it, I don't think so.
What if she was just being insecure
I don't think either side
About
is
her
an
body.
a-hole.
and just trying to get like some positive fucking?
He definitely should have. I don't know
Ideas.
exactly what he said to her, but he should have worded it better than it
If he
sounds
said it the way he said it in there, he's the fucking asshole. Why would you say it that way?
He should have definitely worded it better than what the delivery was. But I mean, I don't know. So, a-hole. What?
I think neither side is the a-hole.
I think he is at fault. I wouldn't necessarily call him an a-hole, but I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Most viewers agree that he is in fact the a-hole.
Sure.
I think he's just an asshole in his wording, not the fact that he gave an honest opinion.
From a deleted username, you're the a-hole. I cannot stand men who will impregnate a woman and then hate her body for it. F off.
When did he say hate? When did he say anything negative? He just said, I wouldn't say cute.
Yeah, he said it's a turnoff.
You're the a-hole.
Oh, well, I mean, that's still truthful. Though.
You're the a-hole. There are times when being kind is more important than being honest.
That is true.
This was one of them.
I feel like in a highly emotional state, being kind is probably a little bit more important than the honesty factor.
Okay, but did he say turn off to her? I thought he only said to her that I wouldn't use the word cute.
He said...
I don't think he was like, it's a turn off,
to quote,
babe.
I simply said that cute isn't the word I would use, but I am glad that she accepts her body.
Yeah, and they're like, why don't you be accepting of her body? But like
in woman brain, that's the same as saying it's a turn off.
As a follow up, to be fair, he did say that.
He didn't in the
thing,
comment.
He said it's hard for him to be aroused.
Sure, but he didn't say that to her.
He sees them and he finds them to be a huge turnoff.
He didn't say that to her.
As the woman here, if someone says I wouldn't say cute is the word, that like immediately jumps over to that's a turnoff.
Also, I would say like the wife's response is
cute and turn on.
It's pretty
cute
standard,
and turn on are not the same thing.
Because he did say he struggles to be aroused when he sees them, and the wife said, "Well, we don't have to have sex anymore while I'm pregnant." Then, I mean, it sounds like it's like he doesn't find them attractive and struggles to proceed. So the woman saying we don't have to do this anymore while she's pregnant.
It might have just been the way she asked the question, though.
I mean, I guess sounds like kind of like a compromise. I don't know how to describe that.
So I feel like if you go out to a guy in an outfit and be like, oh, does this look cute on me? You're asking it in like a sexual way. So if she was asking in a sexual way and that was his response, she would immediately think it's a turnoff.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't know how she's asking the question.
I imagine that they're like getting ready for work, or not work, but like getting ready for bed, or because she slammed the door, so it sounds like she was like about to go to sleep. I love this one so much.
Oh god,
you love all of them.
Yeah, I do. Oh, I picked all the ones that I thought were great. I would like to take a quick break though.
Really?
I'm empty.
Oh, you want to top off?
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent.
And we're back.
We're back with more Reddit stories.
Another Reddit story.
We're back with another Reddit story. It's great to be here.
Is that what we're doing now?
We had to do a bit of a top off over the course of the intermission.
No, stop.
As requested by myself.
That sucks.
As requested by myself, we need a bit of a top off because some of us are grown adults.
Some of us are
that
chuggers.
enjoy to drink.
Yes,
their
we're
beverages.
adults.
Don't like
and
to
we
sip
enjoy
their drinks.
It's a Blue Hawaiian. Nobody is sipping this. This is meant to be consumed quickly.
Hey, you got a smudge. Let me see.
Just gave me a smudge.
No, I didn't. I was trying to. I wish I had some oils from some like fried chicken or something.
Imagine not having
fingers.
an oily finger because you
Wash
are not
them.
human.
Do you not? What?
Humans have oily fingers naturally.
Do
But didn't
aliens
you
not
wash
have
your
oils?
hands when you're? Okay.
Oh, I wash my hands so many times in between now and the intermission. I don't want to touch,
What's the next story?
nasty. Next story. Story number 3.
I think it's 3.
We're on 3 now?
Yeah.
Yes. We'll be right back. Am I the a-hole? This is the title. For having my 18-year-old daughter pay for her own feminine hygiene products. Uh-oh. Now let's hear them out. My 18-year-old daughter graduated a week ago. She pays for rent, splits bills, and pays for her own phone bill. She's very independent. As a 56-year-old woman, that is the person posting this, she's at an age where she no longer requires feminine hygiene products. Menopause. And so she doesn't buy them for that purpose anymore. When her daughter turned 18, it was the perfect time for her to stop buying them for her. But even if she were under the age of 18, she didn't have this anymore and would stop buying them as well. Since she's 18 now, she feels it's better not having to go out and buy them for her, since she is now at an age where she should be considered independent and has already graduated from school. Her current boyfriend, the commenter, or the poster's boyfriend, 56-year-old woman, found out that she's been using napkins bought at the grocery store and has been manufacturing her own tampons by rolling the napkins and using
oh my
them.
gosh, this sounds fake.
And she says
There's
she
no
does
way.
it. She said she does it to save money since she has to buy her own. I'm assuming tampons are expensive.
Yes,
that's
they
what
are.
That's what I was told growing up. She has the poster
That's what I was told.
has money herself, so she could theoretically go out and buy them for her daughter, but she would need to pay her back. The mother feels that her daughter would need to pay her back if she were to buy her hygiene products. Her boyfriend asked what she thought when they had finished talking to her alone, and she said that he was right and explained that she does it to save money. And the boyfriend became furious and said that she should be providing for her daughter instead of making her buy her own or having her roll these napkins and somehow turning them into her makeshift tampons. She said she used to share them with her own products back when she still had, a menstrual cycle, but no longer does. But now that her daughter is 18, she can buy her own. I know she's her daughter, but the support has to stop eventually. The reason my boyfriend was furious was because she got her. There were no products left, so she had to start using her napkins, and now she only uses those because it's convenient for her. Now that I guess she's gotten accustomed to it. This is her. She said that this is her own issue to deal with, and she has no problem being self-sufficient. She has been 18 for several months. She has been doing this for at least a few months now. I'm guessing that's like what 20 days worth of a period cycle in like 3 months. Is that right? I don't know. I've never had one.
Roughly.
About 20 days.
You haven't?
No. I don't want to get graphic, but like how many, depending on level of flow, I guess. How many
Sorry,
tampons
Twitch.
is 20 days worth? Like how roughly
It
how many rolls?
depends on the person.
I just said how it depends, but like
So it depends on the flow, how many days your normal period is, all that stuff.
let's just say average because we don't know. I don't want to ask the question, and I don't
know
I'm
what
gonna
the
get
average
answer.
is.
Crap. In your experience,
I also don't use tampons
jeez,
unless I'm
Louise,
going
man.
swimming.
A lot of people do that.
Go swimming with tampons?
No, not use them unless they are swimming.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I don't.
Definitely heard of that.
I don't have periods anymore.
Also, you have to buy like different types of tampons based on your flow. Yeah, so it goes from light, regular,
size.
heavy, super heavy, and like ultra, I think.
I don't know why. I was thinking of like scent.
Shouldn't put scented things up there.
Yeah, I know. I always look at well, I don't always look, but when I was a kid, I remember looking at tampons as a child, like in the aisle, whenever I would grab them for my, siblings, parents, what have you, to put in the cart, because they're like, hey, go grab me a set of this brand, this size. It'll look like this, and I would always get it. And I remember distinctly reading on everything, unscented. I'm like, why would you have a scented tampon? I don't know of anybody that would, not to get graphic, would be sniffing there.
while
Hey, you know what I mean?
it's that
I mean,
time.
yeah.
Like there are many things that are
That's a
scented
fair.
or unscented
That's
that
a fair question.
I would not.
Why would you want a scented one?
I would not
It's like
go
using
out
scented
and-
toilet paper.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out and look for scented. What do you call it? Scented Kleenexes. Shout out, not a sponsor. Or scented.
No, those ones. That scented Kleenexes make more
Scented-
sense.
How do they make more sense? It's for you.
Yeah.
You are putting them up your nose or
Hey,
blowing
smell something
snot
nice
into them.
while you're blowing your nose. I
You're
don't know.
blowing your nose.
It's right next to your
Key
nose.
word, blowing out. You're
I'm
not
just saying
smelling
it makes
anything.
more sense
You're also
than
stopped
a
up.
scented woman's product.
Yeah, I don't see why a tampon would need to be scented. Also, it's inside you, I think. So
That is true.
it's scenting the inside, not the outside. So nobody's gonna smell it. As far as I
20.
know.
Also, you go through at least like 3 a day.
Yeah.
3
Huffington
tampons
Post
a day?
calculates
At
that
least.
70% of women who use tampons go through 20 per menstrual cycle.
20%. So that's like 60.
Yeah, so I
If-
think like
if
the
over the
average
course of
is
3 months.
5 days ish. So like at least 3 a day because you're supposed to change that at least every 8 hours so you don't get toxic shock syndrome or something. I
How,
never remember the name.
How much? It's toxic shock syndrome.
Yeah.
I read the back of that box way too many times.
What is that?
It's my only reading material when I was in the toilet.
What are you guys talking about?
I-
What's toxic?
I don't know what causes it, but it's like if you put, correct me if I'm wrong because I have no idea, but it's like some women, when they put tampons inside them, depending on the type or what the tampon has been exposed to, they can develop what's called TSS, which is toxic shock syndrome. I don't know what the symptoms of it are, but it doesn't sound good. And I don't know how long it takes for it to clear up.
I honestly don't know, but it's like that's what from what I know, that's why you don't leave it in for more than like 8 hours.
So,
What's it from though?
It's from like
what does
leaving
it
a
do?
tampon in for too long.
so it's like an infection almost. It sounds like you would get an infection that would
Search
cause
it up.
that. I don't know if I want to talk about TSS for very long.
Oh yeah.
on this particular episode.
But yeah, the mother is not the asshole for this. The daughter's old enough to buy her own products.
Really?
My mom didn't buy me products.
Thank goodness
after
you
18.
said
Like,
that.
Really?
If I have my own money, I'm gonna buy my own products. I'm not gonna
It's
rely
like
on
buying
my mom.
your own shampoo or something. Like, are you
Like if my mom
expected to
had
buy
them, I would
that
like,
stuff?
oh, can I borrow this? Like, can
Yeah.
use one since you have them? But if you don't have them, I'm just gonna buy some.
Absolutely.
Like,
18
you don't really
years old.
rely on your mom after 18 for
No.
your menstrual products.
What the crap?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were going to agree with me on this. I for sure thought the mother was the a-hole in this
If the mother
scenario.
doesn't need
kidding?
products, why is she gonna
No.
buy them?
No.
Right. There's no
What?
reason.
The daughter is old enough to go to the store and get the product she needs.
Yeah.
Also, what if
She-
she doesn't like
She
the
should be
certain
working.
product?
I don't know if she has a job.
Who cares? She's 18. She's capable. As long as she is capable physically.
Didn't it say she was paying rent?
She
Yeah,
is,
she's paying everything else.
she's splitting the bills.
Freaking
So
pay
she
for
has money. She can
things.
buy
I don't
products.
know how much money she has. She's 18 years old, still living with her mom. She's only 18 years old. If she was 21, yeah, I could see that. By that point, you need to start providing for yourself.
A lot of 18-year-olds are already moved out into a college dorm room or something.
Where?
I would college.
College.
Yeah, where?
Everywhere.
When I grew
I
up,
was moved out before 18.
Yeah.
What? Why? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
My siblings and I, we probably stayed living with our parents. Shoot, the oldest one I probably was the youngest in age to move out. Maybe not, because I might be confused a little bit, but I moved out roughly around 20 because I went to community college first after I finished my second year because the community college was community college. It was 20 minutes down the road, so living with my family was still the most viable option. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I didn't need to buy feminine products, but I'm pretty sure growing up, like they were split amongst the women in the household because they were roughly similar. I don't know. I'd have to ask, but I feel like if I was the mother taking care of my child, 18 years old, that was still living with me. Yeah, maybe, contributing to bills, or like mostly it was, hey, do some house chores. That would help alleviate, uh, rent or something. That would be a substitute for rent, in our family oriented household. But I don't remember us ever paying rent. And if it was, I definitely never paid rent. But if you did, it was an extremely low amount, or by and large, you just did work around the house as needed to get done: dishes, laundry,
So
yard work.
that's your version of rent, though, is doing
Yeah,
work around the house.
goods and services. You're not actually paying for your own feminine products. You're using what's available. Like
Yeah, but there's nothing available because the mom's in menopause. Why is she going to go out of her way to buy stuff she doesn't need?
she should at least be subsidizing her daughter.
This isn't a fucking hotel.
If I was a father and had an 18-year-old daughter, I don't know, 30 years from now, and had a daughter in the household that was 18, 20, 21 years old that still lived with me, I would still be at least helping her out, like buying her products that she relatively needs, like napkins. Napkins that you're using to more or less shove inside you, that cannot be safe.
I mean, it probably isn't, but also, like, what if the mom goes out and buys something that she would normally use, but the daughter doesn't?
They said they would share, so it wouldn't be the thing that isn't.
Yeah, I could also borrow a tampon from someone. Doesn't mean that's what I normally use.
But it's used. But they said early on, or they said in the story, that their products were shared between them whenever whenever the mother was still having her.
Yeah,
cycles.
I borrowed my mom's. I don't use the same products anymore.
Yeah, but that's what she's gotten accustomed to.
Yeah, I also got accustomed to the same ones my mom used. Like, times change.
Yeah, but now that you've gotten older and you are buying your own, I can't see that. If I was a father and my 18-year-old daughter lived with me, I would be at the very least offering to buy her some products of her choice, and I clearly would never use them.
That is true, but
that seems ridiculous that the mom isn't at the least extending the hand of offering.
I don't know, in my mind, you should be able to get most of your independence at 18. You should be able to buy all the stuff you need
at the age of 18.
She's been providing it for her.
Once you've graduated high
life.
school, I don't see what the issue is.
Well, as soon as she started.
For the past, 6 years? 11, 12?
What age did she start?
Around like
13.
13 beforehand.
Yeah, so 5 years. That's it. 5 years.
5 years. Yeah, that's plenty of time.
You're saying 5 years is the
She stopped needing to buy it. Her daughter's already working and paying rent and other things. Like, why not? Like, why not start paying for your own products?
Like, if you're already going to the store, just buy some.
The only way that I could see y'all's
You're 18 years old. You're an adult.
Is based
on... Stop using napkins. Be an adult. Buy them.
Is based on what kind of job this daughter has. If my daughter is making, I don't know, $30,000-$40,000 a year, yeah, I guess she can pay for her own hygiene products. But if my daughter is in college or in high school and she is struggling to make ends meet and she is still living with me, which in my opinion makes sense that she would be struggling still at that time, I would be willing to help out and offer it very often. Who do y'all think is the a-hole? Because I definitely think the poster is the a-hole.
Like, if the daughter's extremely struggling, then sure, I'll buy you a box or whatever.
Yeah, but
if you have enough money to pay
fine.
half the rent, do the utilities, and get all the stuff you need, you can go buy a box of tampons.
The mom also said that if she bought her daughter tampons, she would be required to pay her back for them.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not cheap.
That's what y'all are. You're agreeing 100% with the mom on this.
Or tampon? How much is a box of tampons?
Expensive. Very expensive.
Yeah. Then pay her back.
What?
Pay them up back. No. She's provided for her whole life. She's 18 years old.
Can you get me this thing? I'll pay you back for it. I feel like it's the same thing.
She's 56 years old. She's swimming in it. I'm more than willing to bet.
I don't know.
She didn't say she was
the daughter's 18 years old. She's an adult. She's probably already been working at this point.
Oh
She's
my
paying for other
gosh.
things.
I can't believe that. I thought for sure you guys were gonna be on my side for this. That's why I picked this one. I didn't think this was gonna be the controversial one. There's no way. Pay for your children's hygiene products. At the very least, help them out.
Toxic shock syndrome is a
Oh
sudden,
my gosh.
potentially fatal condition. It's caused by the release of toxins from an overgrowth of bacteria called big long word or staph,
Staphylococcus, staph infection. The thing that you get in your throat usually.
which is found in many women's bodies.
Yeah, staph infections in
I
your
thought that was
throat.
strep throat.
I thought you get
Is
staph.
that the same thing?
I don't know what you're saying. I've heard of staph infections, and I'm pretty sure this is the same thing, but
Maybe not.
I've never heard of staph
I could be wrong.
infections in your throat.
I might be confusing staph infections and strep throat. That could be a me thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna let my daughter, who is now every month, for what, a minimum of 20 times every month, putting who knows what kind of most likely not sterilized napkins inside of her. That's insane. At the very least, give her a discount on these freaking products. Like,
Then
say,
she
hey,
needs to stop doing it. That's her
I'll pay
choice.
for half. What is she gonna do otherwise? She needs them.
Buy the products.
She can buy it.
She can't afford it. Probably. Is
She's
what it sounds
18
like.
years old. I'm sure she's going out, hanging out with friends, buying dinner and everything.
Yeah, but now she's the friend that's.
Yeah, but she said she was
tampons.
doing this to save money, not that she didn't
Yeah.
have the money.
I would, if I'm not a woman, clearly, but if there was something I was going to skimp on in terms of saving money, it is not going to be tampons. Anything that
I
goes
wouldn't think
inside
so either.
that can cause that,
Right.
I'm not skipping on that.
But that's her choice. She's doing it.
So you're saying the daughter sounds dumb?
You can also just buy pads.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you using napkins? What the frick? Napkins?
Something
Are
wrong
you
with
serious?
There's no.
Something wrong with her.
There's something
It's-
wrong
That's
with
what
you
I'm
two.
saying.
There's
She just
no way.
buy the products.
There's no way. You guys are messed
When
up.
did you start buying your own?
Aren't there some places like clinics that you can get free tampons?
After I
from?
left my house, because like at that point I was like
At
on my
18
own.
years old.
Are there free clinics for tampons? Is that a thing?
Probably.
Like condoms?
Probably because there is for
Like some places, depending on where you
Birth-
work at, like
prevention.
at our job, in the bathroom, most of the time people will just like bring in a box every once in a while, but like, oh, if you need them, use them.
I don't know. I'm not allowed in the women's room
Good.
anymore.
What? Like some workplaces will be like, oh, take them if you need them, and then like supply if you can.
Smoke them if you got them.
I don't think you should be smoking tampons.
Take them if you need 'em.
Oh, that does remind me of a
Smoke 'em if you got
TikTok I saw of someone trying to absorb the oil when you're cooking beef,
'em. No.
and they threw it.
no.
They threw
Yeah,
in like 2
I've heard of
tampons
that.
in
No,
there.
they did not.
I've heard of that.
And the dude like reacted to it. It was like the tampons look better than the meat because it was all dry because all the liquid was soaked up.
What do you mean dry? How does that look better than meat?
No, like the tampons absorbed all the oil. There was nothing left on the meat. It wasn't seasoned, and then it was like seared because they left it in too long. I guess
I don't like the descriptors you're using.
it was very weird.
Was the meat like black?
No, it was just gray.
You got some
Like
interesting
no
Gray.
seasonings, no oils or nothing. Just gray.
tips and advice from people who get it.
TS. It's called TSS or TSC.
Sign up
or
to get resources and guidance.
TCS.
Fertility out loud. What are you looking at?
Yeah, this is one of those like
Um,
spooky stories people tell you about when you're younger and you like start your period that you're just like, you know what, maybe I just won't use tampons because like that seems like it sucks and I don't want to get that.
I
Yeah,
do feel like
it is
would
from
be-
the tampon.
I do
Yeah.
feel like it would make more sense to make a pad out of napkins that you purchased rather than tampons out of napkins you purchased.
Probably.
Because I don't know how you would get the structural integrity to shove a napkin up.
Also,
We
if
don't
she's really
have to
worried
talk
about
it.
if she's really worried about like getting these products every once in a while, there's menstrual cups that are reusable.
I don't know how those work, not even the slightest.
It's like this
Let's not. We've
Same-
exhausted, we've exhausted the topic.
same idea as a tampon.
Let's move on. You guys suck, by the way. So
You're the weird one.
I'm the only one that thinks she's the a-hole.
Yeah.
The majority, vast majority of commenters agree
Now,
with me.
now is it weird that
The
she
vast
doesn't have
majority.
them? It's like to me, like if you expect women to be in your household at any point or girls, like I would at least have a box, you know?
A courtesy box.
Yeah, like someone coming to visit for Thanksgiving or something, like you would have a courtesy box.
Like, courtesy box is
do
great,
not.
but like,
But
that would just-
providing,
but if
but-
she lives there, that's not no
Yeah,
longer
that's a lot of
courtesy
money.
box.
I do not own a courtesy
that's
box.
a lot of money.
Just FYI.
Wow,
I don't
that's
have.
fucked up.
I don't have women over
My
here.
courtesy box
Oh,
is
you don't
just
have that
my
money?
box.
Just the big man upstairs.
Yeah.
And he uses them.
Oh, okay.
What's the next story?
Most commenters agree with me, by the way. You guys are the weird ones.
What did the commenters say?
I don't know. You put it on the next post.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's move on.
I'm curious.
Where is it?
You guys make me feel like I'm insane. There's no way that I'm the
Oh.
weird one here. I know I'm the weird one in a lot of scenarios, but it can't be
I don't know.
this
That
one.
might just be my opinion. Like at 18, you should be able to be mostly
There's
independent.
no way that's right. You're the a-hole, and you know why. You post about your wildly unhealthy relationship with your daughter repeatedly, and you are always voted the a-hole. Please stop messing.
Oh, maybe
Wildly
it's because of
unhealthy.
previous posts. I don't know her previous posts.
I do remember when I looked this up, I looked and I couldn't find literally any other posts done by this Redditor.
Maybe
So,
she deleted them.
I don't know.
Wildly unhealthy.
You're the a-hole for so many reasons. A woman in her 50s
Oh, boy.
can't say the words period or menstruation and has to say that she got her thing. You aren't even grown up enough to discuss this as an adult. Wow. You are going to the store. Is it really that big of a deal to spend $3 on your child that is just starting out?
$3.
What?
It's
I
not
don't know.
$3. Tell you that.
$3 just starting out?
Yes, the daughter is just starting out.
No,
Not-
she's
18.
not just starting out.
18 is just starting out.
Well, just starting
13
being
years old, she
independent,
started
yeah.
it.
What? 13? No, just starting out as an adult. You're not an adult anywhere
Yeah,
near
but
the
she
age of
started
13.
at 13 years old. She knew it was coming.
Yeah, maybe her period started.
And
at
if
13.
her mom's making her pay rent and everything else, like, wouldn't you expect,
Split
like, oh, I should
bills.
probably start paying for my own things? She's probably gonna make me eventually. She saw this coming
$3.
from a
Who the
long
fuck
yeah,
posted that?
$3.
Not fucking $3.
Some freaking
Yes, she's an
hefty
adult.
dude sitting at a computer wrote that.
But if she is rolling up napkins, she is evidently not making as much as you think she does. She only graduated a week ago and is splitting bills with you. Aren't you the one old enough to get by on your own? It would be very difficult to insert rolled up napkins as if they were a tampon. Most are either encased in plastic or cardboard. Is that true?
Yes.
Excellent. I wouldn't know.
The cardboard one sucks.
So I doubt you've ever actually used one.
What?
What?
I don't know about that
It's a
one.
woman. Does this person realize he's talking to a woman?
This
or
is
she?
this is a woman. Her name's Abby.
She's talking to a woman.
She's talking to
A woman
56-year-old woman.
poster.
I don't think you know the names for some of the things you're describing, which makes me. Oh, all right, this one I already said. If she managed to insert napkins fully into herself, she'd have a heck of a time getting them out completely and would be putting herself at risk of infection or possibly deadly condition. Wouldn't TSS apply here? That such things are no big deal to you are very disturbing. Your daughter has so little money left that you are cool with her doing this is also very alarming. I doubt this is her first time doing this, especially since she just became 18. I would call into question if not paying for her products has ever been a disciplinary issue or neglect issue for her growing up, especially if you had plenty of your own and didn't need to purchase them as often as you got older. That your boyfriend is more concerned about this issue than you are says even more about this situation. I would say also the boyfriend being concerned about this, that means a lot.
Okay, if
He-
anything, I would buy the first box, but if you keep asking me that you're no longer like independent, I'm just buying you stuff.
No, yeah, and I feel like this isn't like a first time thing. Like she had to have seen this coming.
Also, if you're 18, you know the risk already. So you're putting yourself at risk, and that has nothing to do with me.
You guys are insane. I can't say that one.
She's 18 years old.
You guys are nuts.
She's an adult. She can make her own decision. She's perfectly conscious and reasonable.
Your job as a parent is to support your child.
She's 18 years old. She's an
Yeah,
adult.
support, not baby.
Support. That is support.
No, at that point, that's babying, because she's just going to rely on the parent for the rest of her fucking life at this point.
Clearly she's not. She's very independent. If she is getting hurt, at this stage of her life with something not minor, but something, that that could easily be fixed by a small amount of money. She needs some help. At least from the people that
it
are
was like, oh,
made
can
to
you like
her.
help me pay for this box?
Yeah.
Sure, not just buy me a whole one.
Hold everything for a
What,
second.
am I getting too loud? They better stay that way.
Can't tell me what to do.
I can.
No, you can't.
What show do you think this is? This is our
Can't keep buying things for them.
red, green. Dang it. Halloween.
Christmas.
You have green in yours.
Okay.
Gosh.
What's that noise?
Oh,
I think it's
my
Maggard.
knee. Whoa.
Or Jordan.
The big man upstairs. Oh no.
Anyway, the story.
Oh yeah. That's my bad. I apologize for my lack of professionalism.
Very unprofessional.
It's not the first time. Won't be the last.
Okay.
Anyway, on to the fourth story. This is the title. Am I the a-hole for telling my neighbor she needs to stop with flaunting her money and spoiling her kids? This happened in August. This is a pretty old post. This is about 5 years old now, 4 years old now. It's a ghost. What could that have been?
Oh, that's wild.
I have 4 kids. This is the post. I have 4 kids and am a single mom who only makes $239 per month in child support.
Jesus.
So 4 kids, $239, so about $60 a child per month. My neighbor has 2 daughters with a husband who is a lawyer, and she's a nurse, so her kids are spoiled rotten. When I caught wind, let me summarize this. Found out that she was taking her kids back to school shopping, asked if they could have a lift to the local Walmart, since she didn't want to waste the money with spending the gas and driving her kids to Walmart. We were dropped off at Walmart, and I told my kids they could each get one special school item. So my 2 daughters got sparkly mechanical pencils, son got a dinosaur notebook, and the other son got colorful gel pens. There was frozen pizzas on sale, and since they can't afford to order pizza, she got some and bought some for dinner that night, as well as getting them some new school clothes. When the neighbor came back to pick them up a few hours later, her car was filled with, quote, garbage from Justice, Abercrombie, I'm not familiar with Justice, Staples, etc. Plus they had to-go boxes.
The neighbor's car? Like the rich person's car?
Yes, the rich neighbor's car.
Okay.
Our kids were talking about what they got, and her kids had received high-priced crap from these stores. Her one daughter went, Mommy got us steak for dinner at Roadhouse. I'm assuming Texas Roadhouse.
Nice.
And my youngest, shout out, not a sponsor. My youngest said we had gotten a frozen pizza, which broke my heart. While I spent probably $75 to $100 tops, my neighbor probably spent hundreds on her kids. 2 daughters, I believe. On the way home, the daughters were begging for McDonald's sundaes, so her neighbor pulls in the drive-thru and asks if her kids would like anything. So she said yes, assuming that the neighbor was paying for the food, but after she ordered separately, asked her for the money to pay for what she got for the poster's kids. So she forked over the money, which she says was for getting her hair done the next week. When we got home, I took the neighbor aside and told her I don't appreciate her rubbing her money in my kids' faces, and she tries to make their lives easy with the little things here and there, but her neighbor goes ahead and spoils her kids rotten right in front of her own children. The neighbor says that she's allowed to spend the money the way she sees fit with her children, and I told her that her kids are spoiled and don't need all that high-priced crap. She hasn't spoken to me since, and I have struggled since. I used to rely on favors from her, and it started to drive me insane. Am I the a-hole for calling out her materialistic ways?
Yeah, I feel like it's not materialistic.
You said she used to rely on her
It
favors.
says she used to rely on favors from her neighbor.
Yeah, she's
To,
the one
like-
that asked the neighbor for a ride.
So there's a difference between
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going out with my neighbor like for the first, second, third time. Like we never do this.
Yeah.
Takes me out for a ride and then goes to the drive-through and it's like, oh, I'll get you guys Sundays or whatever. And someone who keeps repeatedly going to their neighbor, asking them for things, asking them
Expecting.
for favors,
Expecting help.
and then expecting them to pay.
Yeah, I feel like it's not like the neighbor was like, "Oh, we're going to Disney World or whatever" in front of her kids. Like they're all going back to school shopping. The mother decided to go to Walmart because she has 4 kids. Like, obviously, go to Walmart 'cause it's better.
I don't even
And
think
the other one went to, like,
Disney would matter.
Staples. Like I feel like there's a difference between the mother with 2 kids being like rubbing it in the face, like, "Oh, I'm taking my kids to this place and this place and
Yeah.
yada yada," versus like we're just going back to school shopping.
Like, it's not like I could see how, like, for example, if her kids were playing together and it was, or the spring break was coming up or something, or like winter break, Christmas, things like that, and the kids are like, my mommy's taking me to, my mommy's taking us to Cabo this spring. We're gonna have so much fun. It's
That
gonna
would
be
be
great.
excellent.
We're gonna have so much time. Where's your mommy taking you to? And these like other kids are like, well, we're going to be at home doing chores, running a lemonade stand to support my mom's lower income.
But like even in that scenario, it's not the mom's fault that
Right.
she wants to go on a family trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
block your kids
Like,
out
oh,
from ever
don't go on a
hearing
family
anything?
trip
Yeah.
because you're my
Like,
neighbor.
hey,
and I have 4
Can you
children.
not go?
You're my neighbor? No, you will not use your money that you worked hard for as you see fit.
Exactly. Also, being a
Screw
nurse
you,
is
buddy.
hard.
Yeah, being a nurse, being a lawyer, those are hard jobs. It doesn't say anywhere what the mom does for a living or if she's even married. It says
The
child
neighbor?
support, so no, the poster.
It says she was a single mom.
It says single mom?
Yeah, I think it was single mom of 4 kids.
Yeah, single mom, 4 kids, $240 a month in child support, roughly. It doesn't say what she does for work.
Well, I feel like she should definitely be getting more child support.
It honestly depends
Oh,
on what state
crap.
you live in, and usually the state for child support, it depends on what the father's financial situation is. As well.
Child support is such a
you-
iffy topic.
Usually, it's like if I'm not mistaken, it's a percentage of the income of the father, and depending on most states, and then in some states, it's dependent on the number of kids shared between those 2 parents. So, like, it really just depends. Like, if the father's making like $100,000 a year, and they had 2 children between them, you're gonna have a lot more child support than some guy who's got 4 kids and is most likely making $40,000-$50,000, maybe 30 is what it sounds like if he's only giving $240 a month in child support. But I don't know their specific situation because they didn't mention it.
She didn't say anything about what she does
Yeah, but
other than relying on the neighbor for favors.
I also did take issue with. Again, not a woman, but using money for hair the following week. Like, if
Oh
you're-
yeah, it was supposed to be for my hair
yeah,
appointment
it's
or
supposed
whatever.
to be for my hair appointment next week. Like,
Yeah.
if you're struggling to make ends meet, do your own hair. Like, I understand.
It depends.
I understand that some women, need hair to be done a certain way, but hair is one of those things you could easily do on your own. Yes, it is. Yes,
I'm
it
not
is.
doing my hair on my own.
You could easily do your hair on your own, if not have somebody do it for you. That's what I used to do. Very simple thing to do.
I still do.
I don't do it anymore
Can you tell?
because I don't care. Absolutely. I never comment.
Like
on
I
it.
cut my hair because I didn't want to do my own hair.
But you can. You can cut your own hair.
Yeah, I can cut it, but like people don't want to just cut their hair just to save money.
I hate paying for hair, so I do it every month. But I'm also a male.
I don't know how women of different hair styles do their hair, but I know that for white women, which is I'm traditionally used to, it's just a cut.
Yeah, white
Just a
women,
cut
it's
here and
easier
there.
to just cut your own hair.
Well, it doesn't say her ethnicity.
Exactly.
I don't
It's like
know.
the thing is you don't know.
But even if she's, of a different texture, What, you can buy a wig?
Wigs aren't cheap.
I don't
Texture.
really know. Yeah, but you're set, right? Like the wig is you have it. You can put it on. You're good, right?
You also need to get like glue and stuff.
Don't buy the glue.
My wife never
Omit that. Buy
goes
wig
out
glue.
and pays. It's usually just a trim, a couple inches off.
See,
I can do it,
that's all you
or
need.
her sister can do it, or whatever.
She could easily learn how to cut her own hair. I am willing.
But I have heard that, non-white people's hair is a lot different than white hair.
It does sound
It
like
is.
she lives, at the very least, in a more affluent neighborhood. Like if your neighbors are a lawyer and a nurse that are doing well, most likely next door neighbors, if they're giving rides that often, you're living in a well-off place,
Or you just find
like a nice neighborhood.
a family member
depends.
that does hair.
It's like I lived in a duplex, but my neighbors lived in like 2-story houses across the street, and then my other neighbors were like in apartment complexes. So it depends on the neighborhood.
You find a family member or friend that does hair,
Yeah, that does hair.
then you bum it off of them.
I mean, she was bumming other things off her neighbors. Why not?
Also, if I was a hairstylist, I wouldn't be just doing my friend's hair for free.
You don't have to do
Oh.
it. Just like trim.
We have a family member that does hair for pretty much the whole family.
My mom cut my hair all throughout.
I mean, you'd slip
school
them
for the most
money.
part.
You'd slip them money, and they'd be like, no. So I don't know how
It depends
well
on
they
the
would
ethnicity
respond to
of the poster.
not actually getting money.
It doesn't say anywhere.
Yeah. It's like if it's a black woman in the workplace, most hair is seen as like unkept and not
It does also depend
workplace worthy.
on her job.
Yeah. So if she's working in an office building and her boss is like, "Oh, your hair's not good enough, you need to get it redone." When I had extensions and braids, that was like $100+ to
I
get
don't
that done.
Good gracious.
Yeah, it's not cheap, and you have to buy the hair.
I don't think an office job is where this would matter, because for an office job, you're in an office with the same people you see every day. I feel like it would be like if she is meeting with clients, like if you are in a job,
A sales job.
yeah,
Yeah.
sales, real estate,
Yeah.
there's also sales, I guess, or something where you're interacting with the public, or a government official job, you need to look well and kept. But
Put
usually put together. If you're in those job positions, you are most likely making good money. At the very least, good enough to afford 4 kids with child support and hair appointments or
Although
whatnot.
4 kids are expensive.
We were able to do it growing up. I mean, there was only 3 of us, but we could do it.
That doesn't mean it's not expensive.
We also worked my mother also worked in a job that did not pay nearly as well as, government, public, sales, anything like that.
It's a lot of money, but I feel like in this scenario, she was used to relying on her neighbor for favors,
This was also 4 years ago. The economy was very good 4
And-
years ago.
and she didn't do it this one time. She's like, "Brr, brr."
Yeah.
Buy their Sundays.
What? Yeah. Buy me my.
It also
Over
just
there, Sundays.
depends on where you're living, because like housing where I was living was a little bit more expensive than other places.
Yeah, number 1 in higher education.
Are McDonald's Sundays only like $1?
I think they're $1.99 now. I don't know. I haven't had one. No, they're like $2.19.
So
Look it up. This is gonna drive me nuts now. I think it's $2.19.
if she's used to doing her favors, I absolutely see the neighbor's side and not paying for the Sundays, because she probably pays for a lot of other stuff and does her other favors
You as a
multiple
person
times.
are not in any way.
I would eventually
entitled
stop
to
saying
your
no.
neighbor's
Right.
bills, or not bills, but earnings. Not in the slightest. If I was a millionaire, or not a millionaire, if her neighbors were a millionaire, you are not entitled in any way to their earnings. It is your job as you, the provider of your household, to take care of your kids. However you see, is it $2.19?
It's $1.29 for a McDonald's Sunday.
Oh, I was being dyslexic, I guess. That's $2.19 spelled backwards.
Well, okay. There's one scenario where I can see this is not the posters, and if they're going through the drive-through, and she's like to the kids, like, "You guys want sundaes?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then she orders them sundaes, and then gets to the end, and
But
it's
only,
like, "Were you gonna pay?" Like, and
Yeah.
she's the one that asked the kids,
but
"Do
only,
you want the sundaes?"
only in that instance. Like
That is
the,
a very likely instance, though.
but the rest
Like,
of the
if
thing
you
that has
got the
happened,
kids' hopes up and then you didn't, and you were like expecting the mom to pay, shell out the money, I can see that. But also, it sounds like this woman does ask her for a lot of favors,
yeah. If anything, she owes.
which is fine, but it's fine to ask for favors. But
Like, if you need help, you
when
need
you
help.
start
but, like,
relying on people, then it's not a favor. It's
It's so ironic that you guys are saying if you need help, ask for it, especially with the story that we just went over. You guys are
that
bugging.
18-year-old was independent.
woman.
She can
The
buy her
girl
own
didn't
products.
ask for
You
it.
guys are bugging.
Oh, she didn't ask for help. She just used the napkins.
That was supposed to be a throwaway one. I thought you guys were gonna agree with me so hard on it.
Anyway,
That
on to the current story.
The only reason why I included that one. Also, because I thought it was funny.
What are they commenting?
Comments. You're the a-hole. You asked for you asked for a ride because you wanted to save money, and then complain that your neighbor buys things for her children. You don't get to tell other people how they spend their money, especially when you're trying to benefit from their money.
Also, how long were they in Walmart that she went to, like, Abercrombie and Finch, Staples,
It
Texas
said
Roadhouse? Like,
Finch.
Jesus.
Finch.
Oh, shit. What did I say?
Finch.
Oh.
Were they at the Walmart or were they at?
It
Mall.
said they went to Walmart. Well, so it says they were dropped off at Walmart, and then they came back to pick them up a few hours later.
Okay,
So I'm assuming the Walmart was near
that makes sense.
a strip mall or a regular mall or something, and they went to all these other stores. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe an outlet. I don't know. Also, it says they went to get steak dinner at Texas Roadhouse, so they probably just left them.
Oh my gosh!
Be like, hey, message us when
How
you're
long?
ready.
How long were they at Walmart?
We'll come get you peasants later. We'll let you wander these streets.
Yeah, that's a good. She didn't even mention it though, so that's not what's on the table. We're not talking about that.
You're the a-hole. That lady is right. She has every right to spend her money as she sees fit. You're coming off as a petulant child. Oh no. You had
Whoa.
to dip into your hair money. Okay, so you made your kids happy, right? Isn't that what's important? It's not about the money. It's about the time you spent with your kids. So what? They have more money. They worked their butts off for it. Don't bother asking her for another ride because it's not going to happen. You're ungrateful and jealous that you can't keep up with the Joneses.
All right.
Dang. She's right. So yeah,
I don't know. It depends on the scenario. Was it like
I say
get
the
the
poster's
kids'
the
hopes
a-hole.
up and then doesn't pay and is expecting the mom to just pay?
I absolutely.
I feel like the poster's
poster.
dazzle.
Yeah, the poster's definitely the a-hole.
So I feel like the McDonald's wasn't really the issue.
Yeah, it was. Hey, I frequently use my neighbor. It seems like only for rides. Like it doesn't even sound like they have a good relationship together. If you're like best friends with your nurse lawyer duo neighbors, and hey, we're gonna go do this. Can you give me a ride for a second or for a few minutes today? And that's fine. Like if my best friend lived next door and made a lot more money than me, I'd probably ask him for a ride now and then. Actually, probably not. But, if you were down in the dumps with your financial situation and your close friend who lives next door to you that you saw every day was willing to help you out, then yeah, sure. But it sounds like they don't even have a good relationship. And
Yeah,
she's just
you wouldn't
expecting-
refer to your friend as your neighbor.
Yeah,
That is true.
She's just expecting her well-off neighbors to give them financial support in terms of favors.
Yeah. My friend drives it over. That's because her car has better gas mileage than mine does. So
That's why I got a hybrid.
yeah, exactly. Like
I
if
would
you have
love
the
to
hybrid
Uber
with
if I lived
better
nearby.
gas mileage, you use that car.
I know you're not allowed to have a gun or self-defense in the car. I absolutely would.
What are you talking
Is
about?
And
that
if
a
I
thing
ever
in Virginia?
used it, I guess I'd get fired, but
What
I
do you
saved
mean
my
you're
life.
not allowed to? That's what concealed carry is.
No. When you're driving for Uber or
Oh.
any other,
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, what do you
No,
mean you can't
if
have
I
it in
did
the car?
You are
Uber,
definitely allowed to.
if I did Uber or whatever,
You can't have a gun for your own purposes if you're
No.
an Uber driver?
absolutely not. You are not allowed.
Hmm.
You would get fired if they found that out.
I would feel
But
like it
I
would
would
be.
also have a gun in my
I would-
But
car.
how would they find it out?
I feel like it'd be.
Once the thing actually happens, that's when they find
It's
out.
almost you need to have one.
Yeah.
And at that point, yeah, if they find out there, it's because you had to use it.
I don't know who would go back to the job after something like that
Like,
happens.
oh, you fired me because I
It's like I
needed
don't want
to
to go
use
back
this.
anyways.
I don't want to do this job anymore.
But so the post also says, on the way home, the daughters were begging for McDonald's sundaes. So neighbor
Yeah.
pulls in the drive-through and asks me if my kids would like anything. I
Oh,
said yes,
Yeah, so yeah,
assuming she was going to pay, but then she ordered separately and
Yeah, the
asked for the money.
assuming is the wrong part. You shouldn't have assumed that the
I
neighbor was
yeah,
gonna pay
I
it.
think especially if the neighbor asked her kids specifically, "Do you want anything?" I would almost expect her to pay for it. But if she asked
Asked
the
the
parent,
mom, yeah.
and the parent then filtered that through her children, yeah, now it's your responsibility to take care of
Yeah.
whatever happens from there.
Yeah.
Like, no, you should say, "No, we
It's
can't afford
it's
it
not
now,"
right
and
to
then-
assume, but like if I was with someone and they were like, "Do you want anything?" I think I would expect them that they were offering to pay.
Yeah, like it would make sense for the it would this could have all been avoided if the mom said, "No, we can't afford this right now," and then from there, the neighbor would say, "Okay, that's fine."
Oh, we'll pay for it.
And
Don't worry
then,
about
yeah,
it.
we'll pay for it. It's fine. Or okay, that's all right. And then they just got their children things.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. But due to the assumptions that the neighbor made, she's the a-hole. And most people agree.
You suck.
You piece of garbage.
You ask your neighbor for
How
things.
dare you?
You suck.
I've been mooching off you for years and you've never asked. Okay, this is the next one. Am I the a-hole for bringing my cat into my apartment even though one of my roommates is allergic?
Yes. Oh, that's so fucked up.
Let's hear her out.
What hearing out?
Let's hear her out. I'm a college student and I go to a massive university. Took a break from schooling to take care of physical and mental health matters and elected last minute to return to my course this fall semester. This posed a very large problem as my college town is currently dealing with housing crisis and shortage, so I had very little options to get a place to live within 5 days before classes started. So, last minute, basically. Got my cat 3 years ago as a dumped Craigslist kitten, and she is heavily bonded to me. She has lived with me all through university, surrounded by many young adults, as well as when I took hiatus from school. I have mental health issues that are documented, and she is my certified emotional support animal, ESA, and not a pet. She is my one relief, and functioning with her around is difficult. So, after cold calling leasing offices and agents, I found a place that answered my needs for my pet/budget. They had one single opening, and I could see about my roommates. All I could see about my roommates is that they were dog friendly, but not cat friendly. As one of the roommates had a documented allergy to cats. So, with having no other options and school starting within days, I signed the lease. The leasing agents told me this girl would be living with me and is allergic to cats, but technically, I can still bring my cat because she's an emotional support animal and I cannot be denied, but it's up to me if I want to cause potential roommate issues. They suggested that I don't bring her right away and should instead associate her into the apartment over time with my roommate. My room is on the smaller side, so I did not think it would be fair for her to be shut in there all day, every day. Within moving with these 4 girls, I learned that there was a dog in the house that is hypoallergenic because it is a poodle. The roommate grew up with poodles because they are hypoallergenic, and she is quite allergic to cats. My parents have offered to watch my cat and take care of her while I navigate the situation. However, they have 6 cats of their own, and they do not get along with my cat. One of my parents is an ex-veterinarian, has just about everything from common callers to Jackson Galaxy type stuff. I don't know what that is. That might be a brand I just don't know about. And the issues are getting worse. She thinks her and I being separated is causing massive anxiety, and it's not fair to her. Too long didn't read. Am I the a-hole for bringing my emotional support animal cat into my apartment, even though one of my roommates is allergic?
I feel like still yes. Like the listing said no cats.
So the listing didn't say no cats. The listing said that the roommates were okay with dogs, but not okay with cats because one of them has an allergy. Which
I feel like
doesn't
that's
mean,
basically like no cats.
This one's hard.
but also there was a comment that I didn't read. It said the Housing Act of something, I can't remember what. The Housing Act specifically says that emotional support animals can't be rejected from moving into your house. So if you have paperwork on it, you cannot be denied for having it.
It's hard because
Where is it?
we don't know the situation. Like, how hard is it to find housing in this area? Is it like really expensive?
She said there was a housing crisis.
Yeah,
And
so
she had 5 days to find a place.
that's hard. But
Or did she say?
and it is unfair to keep the cat specifically just in the room.
See, that's the thing.
But it also sucks for the roommate.
I don't agree with that.
What, just to keep it in the room?
Yeah, the cat. I mean, cats have space. Cats don't care. I don't own a cat, so I don't like.
Cats do care.
Cats don't care.
They do.
Leave it in the room.
You don't have a
All
cat.
day. Don't let it out. Your roommate
That's
has allergies.
unfair.
In terms of like college housing, your space, having been to college myself and lived in an apartment with other roommates, your space is limited to your bedroom, your bathroom, if each room comes with one, which mine did, and your closet. That is your space.
But there's a shared space.
Shared space is not for you to share with your cat, share with your dog, what have you.
Normally it would though. But this person is the one that's allergic. So they're the limiting one. Right.
Exactly. So they're effectively ruining the experience of a shared space for a roommate that pays for it. Probably.
But also this person needs a house and they have an animal that they're obligated to take care of.
Exactly. So the animal
a weird one.
should be. No.
Dang it.
So yeah, she's definitely the a-hole. Yeah, I can't. No, there's no way around it.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Like if you know that someone's allergic and you bring in the animal that they're allergic to, that's fucked up.
Yeah, be homeless. I don't care.
Okay.
But I can see her point.
Yeah, but like she has the allergy. That sucks to suck.
I can see the point. Like you need your service animal, but at the same time, you know the person's allergic. Like I don't know.
You take me to the other one. That one's the one I wanted to say for last.
This one?
No, the other one.
This one.
Excellent. Okay.
What do you got, Alec?
Second to last, Brandon and Alex. Lexi.
No.
I was waiting for it.
Nope. I was really hoping you weren't going to bring it up.
There it is.
Oh, there it went. Here it's going to go. Anyway.
And it's never coming back.
She's never coming back.
I'm going to murder you.
Many have tried. Obviously, they haven't succeeded.
I know where you live. I know where you work.
Irrelevant. That's not pertinent to your ability to end my life.
Say the address right now.
I don't know. The stairs. Fucking take people out every day.
Yeah.
Next. Second to last. This was posted 8 days ago.
Oh, recent.
Wow. Very recent.
Title of the post. Am I the a-hole for wanting to take some photos without my stepson?
Ooh, those are always weird.
I, 35-year-old male.
It's a hard one.
Have been married to my wife, who is a 32-year-old female. for 3 years now. She has a son who is 10 years old from a previous relationship. I have nothing against him. We get along well, and I treat him as part of the family. 2 months ago, we had our first child together, a baby boy who is our joy. She wanted to hire a professional photographer to take photos to capture the special moment. The problem is, I wanted photos without my stepson, just with my wife and our newborn son. I wanted to have some memories of just the three of us.
Oh,
I didn't think this was a big issue, but my wife got very upset and said I would be selfish and cruel since I was excluding her son and that he would feel rejected and hurt. I tried to explain I didn't intend to do that. I just wanted some extra photos that wouldn't stop. I would not stop taking photos with him as well. But she didn't want to listen to me and called me a jerk. I was disappointed by this reaction. I don't think I did anything wrong. I just wanted to have some photos with the three of us. Am I the a-hole?
Yeah.
he's the a-hole.
Really?
If he didn't
Yeah.
if he didn't get pictures with them separately, like also just the stepson and then also just the newborn, I think he was doing it because he's just not as attached. And
Yeah.
He
you
probably
married
wanted one
into
with
it.
just his family.
He's known this young
How
boy
many years? 30?
3 years.
Well,
Wait,
they were 32.
What?
No, married.
They're 3 years married.
Oh, okay.
3 years married. Each one is in their 30s. The son is 10 years old.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up.
So knew him when he was 7 to the age of 10, roughly.
I feel like this is a case in like every scenario you see. It's like, oh, the person has a child from a previous marriage, then the people have a newborn, and then that child gets neglected.
Yeah, he's like the old. He's the old family. We don't associate with him anymore.
No, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Oh,
He's the
boy.
a-hole.
Did you not think he's the asshole?
No, I mean, yeah, I can get that. If you as a man or woman are marrying somebody who has children from a previous relationship, you have to understand that you are now, especially in my opinion as a man, you are taking responsibility for their children unless they live with the other parent predominantly. If they typically live with the other, the old spouse at the time for the most part, like I could be more on his side, but your stepchildren are effectively now your kids.
Yeah.
They're, for the most part, your responsibility, at least 50-50. And it is your responsibility as an adult, especially as a man of the household, that you take care of them and that effectively they are your kids. Especially at 7 years old, these are for the most part their formative years.
Yeah, very impressionable time.
Yeah, so if they're living with you, you are the father figure. Unless they live with their father.
Yeah. The way he made it seem, I would feel like he would print out that photo of just them and the newborn and like
hang that on the wall only.
Yeah.
That would suck.
It's like, what
That
about
would be
this person?
terrible.
Oh, I don't know who that person is.
Nobody else at all.
Okay.
This is our family. Like walking people around your house. Like the little boys right next to you.
There's
and
like
you're
a wallet-sized
"This
photo of
sucks."
the stepson like hidden in a corner somewhere.
Who's this one?
Who's that little boy? Oh, he's just the neighbor's kid.
He's just around.
I don't know why. He knows the code of the locks. He just pops in.
Yeah.
God.
Like, so you're looking at it from his point of view, like if the actual father is like very involved with the son's life, like I could kind of see his point that it's like not really his and he has his own son now, but also if I was the mother or if it was actually my son, I would want my spouse to care as much for my child.
Yeah.
As our birthed child.
I do think a good way to get around this would be like if they're doing well, obviously the photos are specifically because they're hiring a photographer since the mom just gave birth and they are introducing a new member of the family. But if they were already planning on doing it, they need to do the three of them with the stepson and the three of them with the
if you're gonna do separate, then it should be
other son.
the newborn. If you're gonna do them separate, then you need to do both.
Son. Yeah.
But I still don't. I think the intentions are bad. Like, why would you're like kind of trying to find a way to get a separate picture with your newborn son?
All I want is for him to be out of this picture.
just
It's like,
want
hey, buddy, how about you step to
picture.
the left a little bit? Left a little bit more?
Keep
Out.
going,
Good,
keep going.
good.
further.
Perfect.
Nice.
I can edit that.
20 feet off
I
camera.
can edit that out. Yeah, he's the a-hole. Bam!
I did see a comment that I thought was pretty interesting. He said, somebody quoted, I treat him as part of the family. Being part of the family means being part of family pictures. You wouldn't do this if he was biologically yours, would you?
That is true.
Also, keyword treat, as if he is not actively a member of the family. I treat him like one of us.
Hey, I treat him
I mean,
okay.
he spends time in the house. He eats the food that we prepare. You know.
Oh, okay.
I treat him well.
I
Like
let
that
him be
isn't your
around.
wife's son.
I don't beat him too hard.
I beat him as much as if it was
Yeah,
my own boy.
If he was my own, I'd kick his tail just as equally.
Oh my god.
Which?
Now for the last one.
Oh, this one. That was the last one.
Yes.
Okay. Last one.
Last one. T minus 1.
Okay.
Number 10.
Number 10, Burger King. Not sponsor. Am I the a-hole for reselling Taylor Swift tickets instead of giving them to my Swiftie girlfriend? I believe Swiftie is what they call Taylor Swift fans.
I love this one already. They're not the a-hole. That's hilarious.
You know how much they'll
I'm
sell
done.
for and how much money you can
I'm
get?
done. That's
Case
it.
closed, not the
That's
asshole.
hilarious.
The poster is a 21-year-old male with a 20-year-old female or 20-year-old girlfriend who is a very big Taylor Swift fan. And when it was announced that the Eras tour tickets, by the way, this was a month ago, when the Eras tour tickets would be released in our area, she was excited to get on the list for the pre-sale. The poster also listens to her music sometimes, but his girlfriend made it clear that she will be attending the concert with her friends. So he decided to sign up for the pre-sale code himself just to give himself the option of going if he decided and was able to get a spot for the tickets. So when the day came for tickets to be bought, the girlfriend, along with all of her friends, did not end up getting the pre-sale
Ooh.
codes.
Awkward.
So she wasn't put on the list.
Ugh.
However, he was able to score 2 tickets in a relatively nice section close to the stage where Taylor Swift would be performing. He joked with his girlfriend that he planned to resell the tickets instead of letting her buy them off of him, and she didn't find it funny at all and even had a small fight for it. The poster then decided to check the resale values of the tickets out of curiosity and was surprised to find that he could resell the tickets for around $3,000.
3,000.
Oh
Sell
my
'em.
gosh.
Sell the tickets.
$3,000.
Wow.
When he told this to his girlfriend, she told me that the poster was prioritizing his wants over money, or her wants needed to be prioritizing her wants over money, and that it would be mean and unfair for the poster to sell them. To be clear, she was not asking for him to give her the tickets, only to sell them to her for the original price. I don't know what the original price would have been, but I'm assuming less than $3,000.
Wow.
I told her that I would end up spending the money on her anyways, and that it would end up going to be more value than just one concert. She was very mad and has seemed distant for the past day or so, and he doesn't understand why she is so mad, considering he worked hard to get the tickets and the money would end up going to her anyways.
Dang.
I can't tell if my opinion is just biased because I'm thinking about the $3,000. Should I have sold her the tickets?
$3,000 is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
And you have 2 tickets?
Yeah.
You know how much you can do with your girlfriend for $6,000?
$3,000.
Was
I-
it 3,000 for
I
both of
think
them
it's
or 3,000 for one?
I think it's $3,000 for both of them.
Either way, you can do a lot for $3,000.
You
Yeah.
can do a lot with $3,000, especially with one person.
Yeah.
So, summarize it for me because I think I'm lost.
So basically, girlfriend, huge Taylor Swift fan. Boyfriend does listen to her music, not nearly as big of a fan.
He's not a sponsor.
Yeah, not a sponsor of the Taylor Swift fandom. The girlfriend finds out about this tour that happened a couple months back and decides, hey, I'm going to put myself and my friends specifically on this list for pre-sale tickets, and it's like a lottery-based thing, so only specific people get picked to buy these tickets. And so he's like, well, shoot. She's putting in for her friends. I might as well do it too, just in case I get some tickets. Then I can go with them and have that option.
Oh.
The girlfriend and her friends did not, any of them, get picked to buy these tickets. However, the boyfriend did. So the boyfriend was able to get 2 pre-sale tickets that were close to the stage where the performance would be, and decided, well, these tickets are probably really expensive. I could probably sell them for a lot of money, and then goes online to see what the price of these tickets are and finds out that they're $3,000. And the girlfriend's like, don't you dare. You sell them to me for the original price of the tickets. I'll buy them off you, and then I'll go with, I don't know, Betty, Ashley, whatever her friend is.
She didn't want to go with him?
No, she specifically said she was going to go with her friends.
Right, I
She
think that's
did?
another issue.
I'm assuming she's going to pick her best friend, is what I'm assuming, but it doesn't actually say what would happen if she only got 2 tickets.
The plans change. You know what that is? It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Trap.
Don't
Changing the
change the
plan.
plan.
Don't change the dang plans.
Never change the plan.
Don't change the persons involved.
Ever.
Yeah, if the girlfriend didn't want to go with him specifically, then he's not the asshole. Like, if it was like, oh, I want to get these tickets so me and you can go, and then he got them and she didn't, and he's reselling them, it's kind of fucked up. But, like, he bought the tickets. He can do it with them what he wants.
He did buy the tickets. He got picked. And technically he's scalping them, which I don't know if that's even legal. But he is selling what is, I don't know, probably $400. I'm assuming that he paid for in total of tickets. I would not be surprised if they were $200 a piece, especially if they're good tickets for a Taylor Swift concert. I don't know for certain, but if he's getting them and is now selling them for a, what is that, 1,500% markup to $3,000.
He's probably, whatever it is, getting a big markup.
Yeah, he's
I'm sure
paying what, $200, making $1,500, so he's making a profit of $1,300 per ticket roughly. Especially after saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to spend this on you, but I can understand how the girlfriend would be upset because, yeah, it's mostly a once-in-a-lifetime experience to go see Taylor Swift in person.
Yeah.
And he was able to facilitate that pretty easily. But ultimately, it's his choice, but he does have to pay for the consequences with the relationship of his girlfriend. Is he an a-hole? I don't think so, but is he a good boyfriend? No. Terrible boyfriend for doing that.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, he's within his rights, is what I'm saying.
Her friend group can't go,
kind of
and she probably wasn't planning on taking him with the other ticket.
He said she was planning on going with her girlfriends or her other friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the resale tickets, or with his tickets, would she have went with him?
It doesn't say. They said that she was going to buy them from him. So if she was buying both of them from him, I doubt she was going to use the second one for him, because then she would just be buying one.
That's hard.
It is a very awkward situation. But I'd say he's not the asshole.
Really?
Like, he bought the tickets.
Gosh.
Like,
yeah.
he didn't buy them for the girlfriend. He bought them because the girlfriend wanted to go with her friends, and he was like, if I get it, then I'll go with them.
This was under the assumption that she was going to get tickets as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure she wasn't like, you buy them too in case we get rejected.
Yeah.
It sounds like he didn't really give, or wasn't given any hey, you need to also put your name on this list so we can do this together.
Yeah, so they got rejected, and he's like, I can resell them and probably make some money.
Might as well.
And he can make a lot of money. I'm sure it was big.
Sounds like he's profiting over $2,000.
If he was, I'm sure it wasn't like $200 markup. Like, if he was considering this and risking his relationship, it was probably a pretty considerable markup.
Risking his relationship. His girlfriend is only worth $2,000 to him.
Also, you shouldn't get like the girlfriend shouldn't get mad, but she did.
I could see, like, if I was going to go, attempted to go do something and my girlfriend at the time was also able to get it, but I wasn't, and it was like a once in a lifetime thing, I would not be happy. I don't know if I would be extremely upset, but I would not be pleased.
What if, like, you wanted to go out specifically with your friends? You guys didn't get tickets, but so happens that your girlfriend got tickets. Would you expect her to use her extra ticket on you?
On me, no, but at the very least, I do side with the girlfriend in this scenario in that he should have at least sold it to her or given her the option to buy at least one ticket. That way you can go together. Like, hey,
Yeah,
I'll let you go, but I'm only going to offer you one of these tickets and you have to buy it from me for.
Yeah, but he probably didn't even want to go in the first place.
Well, it did say he listens to her music, so he is at the very least a slight fan.
Yeah, everyone listens to her music at one point.
Yeah, but not actively. It sounds like he actively listens to it.
Regardless, I'm sure her friends are bigger fans.
Yeah, the friend group is definitely a bigger fan than he is.
I don't know.
So, like, either way, it's his tickets. He spent his money. He can do with it what he wants. But I'm also not a big concert person, so I really don't really care.
But what if you were going to see? Crap, I don't know what music you listen to.
I mean, he was going to lose money by buying a ticket to go for his girlfriend already.
If he sold it to her at a markup, slight markup, he's making the money back either way.
Just sell it to her for the cost. And it's like, yeah. And it's like he was like, initially his thought process was, I'm going to spend $500 on this ticket because my girlfriend's going. I want to go be with her.
Yeah.
And now he can give her the ticket, and it's like he never lost any money in the first place, but he could also gain money. He was going to lose money, and now he has the chance to like get out completely and make off even. And he won't make that happen because there is money to be gained.
So really, is your girlfriend's opinion and happiness of you worth the amount of financial gain that he was going to get from selling these tickets?
It's like me going to the casino and I pull out $400 and I'm like, I can lose all this and I'd be fine with it. And then like you keep, I don't know. He was expecting to lose that money.
You get to keep that.
He was expecting to lose that money by buying a ticket.
No, not losing money. You were expecting to get a concert experience from Taylor Swift for this.
He doesn't care though. The only reason he was going is because his girlfriend was going.
Yeah, he was like, if
he would get the same amount
with my girlfriend and her friends.
He would get the same amount of enjoyment by probably going to a movie with her as well.
Yeah.
They probably weren't even going to get grouped together though, because she bought it separately than him. So what was the likelihood of him getting even the same section?
I think it's a lottery based on who gets what seats.
I don't know how concerts these days work,
but I'm willing to bet the 2 tickets he got were next to each other.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he is the a-hole. That's a hard one.
I feel like he isn't.
Oh golly.
It's up to you.
What do you got?
Huh?
What do you got?
Shoot. If this was, this might be controversial. If they were married, he is definitely the a-hole.
Yes.
Since they're not, I don't know how long they've been together. It doesn't say how long they've been in a relationship together. I would say largely not, because the expectation was, hey, you, the boyfriend, are probably not going to get these pre-sale tickets. I, the girlfriend, and my friends most likely will. because they, I'm assuming, started on the list sooner for whatever reason. So because of that, I would be more willing to say he is not the a-hole, and that it is more geared towards the girlfriend, because now she has the expectation that her boyfriend of who knows how many years is expected to give her these things. But I do believe in investing time and effort into your girlfriend with the hopes that one day you will be husband and wife. So if they are in a serious relationship, the more serious the relationship, the bigger a-hole he becomes.
That is true.
But it is not largely his responsibility to cater to these wants of hers.
In a perfect world, like wife and husband, I'd expect them to just give her the ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But boyfriend and girlfriend, like
Depending on how long
he's making his money back if he sells it to her.
I get
So I think that's the bare minimum.
But
And
to be
some people might consider that being an a-hole. Like, you're not going to give your tickets to your girlfriend so she can go have a great time.
It's like, no, I spent money on these.
Yeah, to be
It's
fair,
like, oh, you're charging her?
he did say he was going to spend the majority of the money that he makes in profit off of these tickets on his girlfriend anyway.
That's true.
Like $3,000.
$3,000 is what he was going to make.
A lot.
Or
of money.
is what he was going to get from the tickets. I don't know how much profit that is.
Yeah. But this is what she wants to do, I guess. So I don't know.
Like, if it makes her happy, you can sell one of them to her and then sell the other to some other random person for $3,000.
The majority
You're
of
still making money.
Oh yeah, money's made.
Yeah.
The majority of people in the comment section agree that the poster is the a-hole.
With the rest of the sides they were agreeing with, that doesn't surprise me.
You're the a-hole. She's telling you what she wants, and you say no. I'll give you something else. I would prefer you sell the tickets for $3,000. But if she doesn't want that, then you're a huge a-hole if you don't give her the tickets. You really call herself your boyfriend? Jesus.
But he didn't buy them for her.
No, he didn't.
And that's the thing. Like,
you're the a-hole. The entire reason you signed up for the code was to help your girlfriend get tickets. So yes, going back on that understood deal makes you an a-hole. I don't think
didn't
he
say
would.
that.
Yeah.
He said he would.
I don't think that's what he said either.
If he got it, he would go with her and her friends.
This one's interesting. You're the a-hole. Scalping makes you the a-hole always. I feel like this is such a weird flex on your girlfriend to begin with. If she had gone with her friends, would you really have gone with someone else? I feel like you bought these tickets for no purpose other than to hang them over her head.
I think that person is completely off their rocker and they did not read the story.
Yeah.
I would
hang them over her head. Like, what? He bought them under the assumption that she was getting them.
You'll have to be quicker than that.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense. I just want to like put myself in the shoes of the girlfriend. Like, if my girlfriend bought tickets for something, I was going to it with the boys.
The boys.
And I was like pumped up for like to see a comedian or something.
Yeah.
Like, yes, gonna go see Joe Rogan.
Go see Robin Williams.
If we didn't get the
Rest in
ticket,
peace.
she
Aw.
did. She's like, I'm just gonna sell them. I'd be
Rest
like,
in peace, Robbie
you could
Willie.
sell them to me.
You could
But I
sell them
honestly,
to
I
him.
probably wouldn't be as upset as she is.
Yeah, I think it's just
if-
mostly because
if she
I
sold
don't
'em.
really care for concerts.
I don't either. That's why it's hard for me to try to answer this one.
This one says, quoting the poster, I would end up spending the money on her anyways, and that it would end up being more value than one concert. Number one, this is the commenter. Number one, scalpers are trash. 2, she doesn't want the money. She wants to go to the concert. 3, you're only doing this because she said she wanted to go with her friends. 4, it would not be more value than the concert. And if it were me, I wouldn't want anything to do with you. I wouldn't want anything you bought with that money because I'd remember how you got it. You're the a-hole.
How he got it? He didn't kill someone for it.
Well, to be fair, like for
He didn't.
to be
He
fair,
wasn't buying it
for
in
for
the
preschool-
assumption that he was
Okay.
going to scalp them, though. Like, that wasn't his intention.
Yeah. It was
So
just like,
he's
hey,
not a scalper. He's like an opportunist. Like,
It's like, oh, I don't need these anymore.
I
might
don't
as well
need
sell
these
them.
anymore.
technically he is a scalper. Like he bought the tickets and now
He
he's
didn't
not
buy
going
it
to
with
consciously
the.
sell them.
He didn't buy with the intention of reselling
Yeah, but I
though.
don't think that's like based
Plans
on
fell
intent.
through, and now he just doesn't want them.
I don't think that's based on intent though. A scalper is just a person that resells tickets at a markup.
Technically, but he's not a scalper for the reason of making the markup.
Do it.
Like
Well, he'd be
he didn't
stupid
buy
not
it.
to sell them to a stranger.
It would
for
be
a markup.
stupid.
People who buy tickets just to resell them suck. It sounds like you sign up for tickets to be petty because your girlfriend preferred to go with her friends
What?
who are actual fans instead of you. I can't imagine denying someone I am supposed to love this kind of opportunity. If you dislike your girlfriend this much, you should dump her.
I don't think it's a dislike of the girlfriend.
It does sound like he values money more than her happiness, at least at this range.
I feel like probably in his mind, which is the same for me. If I have that much money for reselling tickets, we can go on a trip to like Europe
Cabo.
Yeah.
versus like a couple hours on a concert.
Yeah, but how often does somebody who is a huge fan of a specific celebrity that doesn't tour very often get to see that person in concert?
That is true.
I think
I mean, it's almost once in a lifetime. I
If
mean,
I- if
Taylor
it
Swift
was
is not
me,
getting any younger.
if it was me, I would have
No offense to
presented
her.
it like that. Like I can resell these. We can do better things, in my opinion. But if she wants them, then she can have them. I think that's the route I would take. What?
So what's the question? Or what's the answer to the question?
He's the a-hole. I say that very lightly.
He's a bit of an a-hole.
That's
I
my
feel like I can
decision.
see both sides. I feel like he's not the a-hole because like he bought the tickets, he can do what he wants with them.
Attaboy.
At the
Yeah.
end of the day, like
Attaboy. It's just a, it's like a luck of the draw kind of thing. I think it depends on the seriousness of the relationship, but I think for the most part he's not an a-hole, but he's a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, it also depends on how long of a relationship this is. If it was like a couple weeks, like
They didn't.
sell it. If it's not, and if it's been like years, like
He's like 20 and 20 something, like they're very early 20s are these two people, so
could have been high school
they
sweethearts.
haven't they probably most likely haven't been together but for maybe a year is what I would assume.
Yeah, 21 and 20.
struggling over here. I'm so tired.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know.
What's your answer?
I said he is largely not the a-hole.
Not?
Not. It would depend on the relationship itself as a whole
Okay.
and how long they've been
What
together.
a non-answer.
I need more details.
How is that a non-answer?
I need
said
to know
largely
everything
not the
about these
a-hole.
people's lives.
If anything, I gave a complete answer, almost.
I need a full
Almost.
backstory.
Almost.
All right.
Muppets.
Gonna wrap it up.
Time to wrap it up. You doing us to send off?
What am I sending?
She's never watched the show, clearly.
Well, I watched.
I don't even have
actually,
a
I fell
send
asleep
off.
during the first one since during transition time.
She's never seen one where we had an actual guest.
Thanks for being here, Alex.
Thank you for having me.
Let's thank Alex for her time.
Yay.
Yay me!
Don't clap yourself.
I'm clapping for me.
Yeah, well, you
peasant.
hope you had fun.
I
had fun.
Uh,
Jeez.
wow, that was
God.
heavy elbows.
Okay.
Is that how you're gonna pop the assholes in the fucking face?
How many did we say? I don't even remember. We'll read it back. What was I doing?
Bye.
Bye. Thanks everybody for joining with us today on the Dadgummit podcast. We had with us Alex. Leave a comment about how wonderful a guest she was. And if you would like to see us talk about anything else in future episodes, leave a like, share, whatever bullcrap that YouTube
Probably
requires me to tell you. Yeah, comment. I don't give a,
Yeah, like, comment, share,
I don't give
follow.
a darn for subscribe.
subscribe,
Ridiculous.
And stop asking.
Look at my ads.
turn on notifications.
The
I
heck
think
is
that's
an-
another one.
You can get
that they-
notifications.
I think so.
Oh,
Bell.
cow.
Click
There's
the bell
No.
Oh
there's
yeah, the bell is the notification.
There's a bell?
Yeah,
on a YouTube channel.
I think that's usually what I
That
hear
is
people
so
say.
stupid.
Follow and then click the bell.
Yeah.
What in the Sam Hill is
And
that?
get notified,
Get notified
when
of
a
new episodes.
new episode comes out.
Episodes every Monday.
So dumb. New episodes every Monday. Yes,
Yeah.
New
thank
episodes
you.
every
You are
Monday.
welcome.
New episodes every Monday. Yeah, if you would like to, can you hear that?
Yes.
If you would like to see us talk about specific subjects, we are more than happy to approach any and all subjects within reason for future episodes. Thanks again for joining with us today. Have a blast.
Blast off.
Bye.
Bye.